Beach, it is now time. Tonight's playbill, open up page 29. Mascot scorecards. Here comes tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Long Island Ducks. Getting out of play center field for 24, Mainline with Chino. Batting second. Playing second base for the 13, for Rays. Batting third, designated hitter for 24. Batting fourth, playing left field for 34, Rouse. Batting fifth, playing right field for 23, Alex Bird. Batting sixth, playing first base for 30, Ruben Baton. Batting seventh, catcher number 15, Jordan Pacheco. Batting eighth, shortstop for 12, Dan Lyons. Batting ninth, playing third base for 29, Zach Goldstein. Starting pitcher for Long Island is number 7, John Brownwell. Manager for the Ducks is number 10, Bynes. And now, here's your starting lineup for your Sugarland Skeeters. Leading off the plate, second base number 7, John Brent. Batting second, shortstop number 4, Kevin Aaron. Batting third, center fielder number 21, Anthony Giansanti. Batting fourth, playing first base number 16, Travis Scott. Batting fifth, playing third base number 15, Ryan Brown. Batting sixth, catcher number 9, Wilfredo Rodriguez. Batting seventh, playing left field number 36, Hector Olivera. Batting eighth, playing left field number 9, Joe Benson. Batting ninth, the designated hitter number 6, Derek Miller. And your man on the mound, starting pitcher number 19, Bobby Eleventh. And manager of your Sugarland Skeeters, the right, Gary Gallieri. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field, scurrying around the warning track, the mascot in the Atlantic League. It is Eleventh. Sponsored by HEB. HEB, here everything's better. Ready, fans, this time I'm going to turn your attention to the field for this evening's ceremonial first pitch is doing the catching honors tonight. Skeeters pitch number 22, Andrew Johnson. All right, starting up for tonight, we got some birthdays. First up, it's Michael. Michael, happy birthday. That's how you get it started. Next up, we've got Jeter. All right, Jeter, when you're ready, microphone. All right, next up, we've got Dylan. Dylan, happy birthday, buddy. When you're ready, bring the heat. Good softball. Next up, from Sports Talk 790, please welcome Michael Carr. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field Mr. Fred Johnson in the very special ceremonial first pitch. Fred Johnson is currently battling Lou Gehrig's disease. But he is here tonight as a huge fan of baseball, ready to throw out that first pitch. Fred Johnson, when you're ready, it is your pitch. There we go. Let's give it up for the dynamic baseball player, Fred Johnson. And all of our first pitchers here this evening. Make sure that you, the fans, have a great time. And right now, we're going to take the time to introduce to you one fine young lady that is going to make sure that happens. The Sugar Man Skeeters are proud to introduce to you my very good friend, Jessica, and the Texas Rockford SWAT team. Jessica, my friend, welcome to a Thursday Thursday.
Thanks, Steve. Welcome to Thursday Constellation Field. Also, Teacher Appreciation Night. Hello to all my teachers out there. I love it. All right, well, I've got our first one of the night. This is my friend Amanda. She's already with thanks to Eric Plumbing. Amanda, you won that $400 but that is not all. You see those two big yellow foul poles out there? If any Skeeters players hit the ball off that during the game, you will win $500. But Shane, I'm dying to know, who's our holiday cleaners in the batter of the game?
Holiday cleaners clean up batter of the game. Search base number 16, Travis Scott. Travis Scott gets an RBI. Lucky Rose number 63, right, courtesy of Holiday Cleaners. In the first row, boys, Holiday Cleaners is all around Fort Wayne County with 5 locations to serve you. Richmond, Roseburg, and Sugar Man, the guarantee. That's the dry cleaning services. So make sure that you go through. Tonight's umpire group, Lionel Pecos, Ryan Page. Greg Rose holds the first place duties as senior currently umpire.
Welcome to Sugar Land, Texas. We are live at Constellation Field, home of your Atlantic League champion Sugar Land Skeeters, who come in with a record of 29-37. They have won 3 straight bowl games. They're in 3rd place, 8.5 games behind the front-running Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. They take on the Long Island Ducks, losers of 3 straight. They are 33-33 overall, and they are 8 games back of the front-running Patriots, who clinched the division last night. Game number 67 of the year, home game number 37 of the season. You can hear all home and road games, all 140 here on 1560 AM. Skeeters will send out right-hander Bobby Levens tonight, 4-4 with a 4.62 ERA against Game 1 starter John Brownell for the Ducks, who is 5-1 with a 3.06 ERA. Hi, I'm Ira Liebman, joined again by Andy Humphrey, and the Skeeters have played extremely well. They have 20 consecutive scoreless innings against this Ducks team, who hit them and beat them badly in the first 3 games. So now the question is John Brownell, who's probably headed to the All-Star game. He has won 35 games in the last 3 years with the Ducks, a guy that keeps you very off balance, kind of a Jamie Moore-like pitcher, but with a little bit better fastball. How did the Skeeters do today against him, now that they're a different team here than they were in the first 3 games?
Well, they've already seen him, and it's been, you know, a very nicely placed, sort of arsenal for John Brownell, the way that he's been able to get all those wins over the last few years, even though his fastball is really topping out at 85 miles an hour. It's not really that hard of a throw from him anymore, but the Skeeters have seen him, and they know how to work with it, and this lineup is a lot different than it was 5 games ago. They were playing at a much higher pace, and they have back-to-back, or 3 consecutive games with 10+ hits.
Well, the national anthem ready to get underway, so we will duck out when we come back. The starting lineup and the first pitch, Game 7. This series tied at 3 apiece. When we get back here, the starting lineups and the first pitch. We're back in a moment. anthem has concluded. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Long Island Ducks. Starting lineup brought to you by MemberSource Credit Union. Whether it's a Skeeters checking account, an auto loan, or a home loan, be sure to check out MemberSource's complete lineup at membersourcecu.org. Leading off back at the top spot after the day off yesterday, Phelan Lantini. He'll be in center. Batting second and playing second is Elmer Reyes. The DH, Lou Ford, bats third. The cleanup hitter, Mark Krause, will be in left. Alex Bergen right bats fifth. Ruben Gotay is the first baseman. He'll bat sixth. The catcher, Jordan Pachenko, will bat seventh. Batting eighth, Dan Lyons at short. And batting ninth, third baseman, Zach Goldstein.
Here's the defensive alignment for your Sugar Land Skeeters. From left to right in the outfield, Hector Oliveira, Anthony Jansanti, and Joe Benson, fresh off the DL. Third to first on the infield diamond, Brian Pounds, Kevin Aarons, Josh Prince, and Travis Scott. Behind home plate for the Skeeters today, Wilfredo Rodriguez. He'll be catching the righty on the mound, Bobby Blevins.
Oh, Blevins comes off a very good start. He was the game one starter against Brownell. He pitched well in the 6-3 loss. A quality start, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 strikeouts and a walk, went 88 pitches, threw 54 for strikes. This is making his 14th appearance, his 10th start. In 62 and a third innings, he has struck out 38. He has walked 18, but he's allowed 74 hits. The 32-year-old former Long Island Duck, 6 foot 200 pounds, originally from Syracuse, New York, drafted in the 13th round by the Angels in 2007 out of Lemoyne College in Syracuse. Last 3 starts, 0-2 with a 4.96 ERA for Blevins. And against the Ducks this season, 2 starts, 1 on Long Island, 1 here. He's 1-1 with a 2.25 ERA. Last year for these Ducks, he was 2-12 with a 5.51 ERA. Well, he will face Phelan Lantini. Lantini always that threat once he gets on, comes in with 27 steals. He is second in the league in that category, overall 217 with a home run and 11 RBIs. First pitch here by the right-hander Blevins. Squaring to bunt is Lantini, but he takes it for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1, and we're underway. Game 7, the final game of a 7-game series against the Ducks and the final game of a 7-game homestand. These two teams knotted at 3. 3-0-1 here by Blevins. This one swung on and hit off to the right side. That one foul, and quickly 0-2 on Lantini. Phelan is 4th in the league and runs scored as well with 38. He's the owner of over 500 career stolen bases and over 2,000 hits. Blevins will wind and fire. They'll set up inside, and the 0-2 is swung and fouled straight back. Healthy hack there by Lantini. We talked about the pregame show, Andy, what the Skeeters have to do against Brownell. What does Blevins have to do against these Ducks?
Change planes, and he was really guessed pretty early on in that first start in the second game of the series, as he gave up 3 runs in that 3rd inning. So the second time through the order, the Ducks were able to finally figure out Blevins. So he's got to make sure he switches things up as he sees this lineup for the 2nd and 3rd time in this game.
3-0-2 coming again here from Blevins. They'll set up away this time, and the 0-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. And Blevins starts the game off with the strikeout of the leadoff hitter. So 1K, 1 away, and in steps Elmer Reyes. Reyes 3-0-2, a home run and 26 RBIs. Reyes will step in here against the Skeeters right-hander. Reyes has hit in 19 of his last 23 games. Originally from Nicaragua, signed as an undrafted free agent by the Braves in 2009. Got up as high as AAA in Atlanta's system at Gwinnett in 2014 and 2015. This one is fouled off to the right side. No balls and 1 strike to count. Well, Blevins spent time in the Dodgers system in 2007 to 2010. That season was really in Long Island. That was a couple of years ago in 2014, 9-5 with a 2.95 ERA. Blevins has not won a game since June 1st, however. It was against these Ducks. This one is sent into center field, and Jansanti covers a lot of ground and hauls that one in, coming in from left center for out number 1 to out number 2. So 2 outs, none on with the always dangerous Lou Ford. Ford, 269, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs. Ford 2 hits last night in a 2-for-4 performance. Also on a roll again, as he always seems to be. He has hit safely in 7 of his past 9 games and has reached base safely in 13 of the last 15. First pitch here, a strike to Ford. No balls and 1 strike as that one catches the outside corner. Ford overall hitting .311, going 19 for 61 in his last 15 games. They set up on the outside corner again, and the 0-1 is swung in, hit down the right field line. Long run here by the Skeeters' Joe Benson. Benson will run out of room. It'll be a foul ball into the right field corner. No balls and 2 strikes here on Ford. Wind blowing in from right center now. It's blowing in from left center just about 20 minutes ago. Fairly humid night. It'll cool down. Take a look at the temperature here. It is 88 degrees, 68% humidity, and a 16-mile-an-hour wind. The 0-2 here on the Skeeters' right-hander. Swung on, popped up left side. That'll make the seats down the left side. Count remains 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no score here. Top of the first. Ira Liebman along with Andy Humphrey. Again, the 0-2, and again, this one fouled off. This one grounded, foul down the left side. Look at the umpires here tonight. Brian Page behind the dish, calling balls and strikes. Greg Oros at first, and Mike Durantes is the third base umpire. Let's see if Blevins can get out of this first with a 1-2-3 inning. One swung again, fouled off down the right side. Benson gives it a quick chase, but quickly comes to a stop as that one is way foul down the right side. When Ford is down 0-2, he is a tough out. Blevins a deep breath, gets the sign here from his catcher, Wilfredo Rodriguez. The 0-2 swung and fouled back again.
That's 5 straight.
Ford is a tough cookie, boy. Cookies.
Thanks, now you got me hungry.
That's the idea.
It's
subliminal.
the first inning.
Subliminal. You ate pretty well today. By the way, big thank you to Texas Roadhouse for feeding us today.
I went back for a second roll.
So you're really pinch hitting for Brett Dolan then. Anyways. Mr. Corp 2. This one is Scott down the right side. This could be trouble. Long run for Scott, but he's going to catch up to it, bobble it, pick it up, and grab it before it hits the ground. What a play by Scott. He had an awkward wake going out towards right field. He grabbed it to his left awkwardly. It went off his mitt. He grabbed it again. It went back up in the air, and he grabbed it before it hit the ground. Nice play by the Skeeters, juggling first baseman. So a foul out to first, a 1-2-3 inning for Blevins. The Ducks do not score here in the top of the first. Skeeters coming to bat for the first time when we return.
It's time for the Mascot race. We got Jessica down on the first base side. Tonight's contestant. All right, Jessica, it's all you.
Thanks, Andy. I'm down here with Sierra, and she's ready to take on Swanson in the Mascot race. All right, Sierra, go ahead and take the spot on first base. Swanson's over there at second with his lead. Are you ready? Looks like it. She's pretty fast. You better watch out. On your mark. Get set. Go. They are off. Her shirt says this girl's got game. I agree. She's running pretty fast. Ooh, what's going on at third base? Swanson, I know you got turned down by Statler, but you can do better than that. Come on. Oh, it's a guy. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? Sierra's going to win the Mascot race just because you got way too distracted. Better luck next time. Up to you, Shane.
All right, man, since I think it's Bud Light Thursday, make sure you visit our concessions for a great selection of ice Bud Light wines and beers. Perfect for a thirsty Thursday ballpark. That's right, fans. Beers and sodas, especially primes tonight. So, don't forget, though, we sell alcohol on the conclusion of the 7th inning. Hey, here's another year with Brent and Brent's real beer. Bud Light. It's what Brent's.
Time to take a look at the starting lineup for your Sugarland Skeeters. Starting lineup brought to you by MemberSource Credit Union. Whether it's a Skeeters checking account, an auto loan, or a home loan, be sure to check out MemberSource's complete lineup at membersourcecu.org. Leading off is Josh Prince. He'll be at second, batting second. And at short is Kevin Ahrens. The center fielder, Anthony Jansanti, bats third. The cleanup hitter, Travis Scott, he'll be at first. Brian Pounds at third, bats fifth. Alfredo Rodriguez batting sixth. He'll catch. Hector Oliveira will bat seventh and be in left. In right, Joe Benson bats eighth and batting ninth. Skeeters designated hitter, Derek Miller.
Left to right in the outfield for the Long Island Ducks, Mark Krause, Phelan Lentini, and Alex Berg. Left side of the infield, Zach Goldstein gets the start at third base, Dan Lyons at shortstop. Right side, Ruben Gotay at first base, Elmer Reyes at second. Behind the plate is Jordan Pacheco, and on the mound is the righty John Brownell.
Brownell, who kept the Skeeters off balance in game one of this series, went 7 2/3, picked up the win, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 4 strikeouts and 2 walks. First pitch to Prince is low and away, 1-0. Through 105 pitches, 64 for strikes. That was the 5th time in the last 6 starts when 100 plus pitches. And the time that he didn't get to 100, he got to 97, so pretty durable guy. Just one to strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Brownell's been a very successful pitcher for the Ducks. In fact, he was the pitcher of the year a couple of years ago, and still amazingly has not made an Atlantic League All-Star team. He has 3 straight double-digit win seasons for the Ducks, 35 in the last 3 years combined. This one fouled off to the left side as Garrett tried the kick save. 1-2, and his career 5 years with the Ducks, 46 and 33. Well, the guy who throws a lot of off-speed pitches, Andy, is, do you swing early? Do you wait? What's kind of the approach for a guy who's just going to throw a lot of junk over the course of really 7 to 8 innings?
I think the way that Brownell has adjusted this year, you have to be ready for it at certain points and in certain counts. But you can't rely on it, and you got to make sure that you be ready for it, but at the same time, you can't be fooled by the fastball, because he'll just blow it right by you if you're expecting something else.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count here on Prince. This one is a little bit high, 3-2, and another 6-pitch at bat here for Prince. Prince has been on a roll getting on base. Last night on 2 more times, 2 singles, a stolen base and a run scored. The night before that, he was on base all 4 times with 2 walks and 2 singles. Payout pitch to Prince. Outside, ball 4, and Prince draws his 44th walk of the season. Good for second in the league.
Also 5th walk of the series, and he has really made this pitching staff work for Long Island at the top of the order, making sure that they expend as much energy as he can make them expend with that first batter.
That'll bring in Kevin Ahrens. 279 for Kevin, 5 home runs, 33 RBIs. He is tied for 3rd in the league with doubles with 17. For Prince, a delayed steal the last 2 nights in a row. He's been successful. It's just that one pitch where you don't peek at him or look over your left shoulder, or just keep one eye on him. Think about sleeping with one eye open. Do it. The Prince on first. Get that one pitch where you don't pay attention to him, he is off. Just kind of bluffs with that first pitch or 2, as he did there, but does not go. 1-1 the count here on Ahrens. 17 steals for Prince. 17 for 21. The next steal by the Skeeters will be their 60th of the year. They've been caught just 9 times. The 1-1. Swung and lifted into center field. This may hang up at the center field at Lentini. It does. And he'll bring it down in left center for out number 1.
Well, Ahrens has been swinging the bat pretty well as of late, and I think the fact that Josh Prince has been able to get on so often kind of helps that. The pitcher having to keep in mind that base runner over there and not having to forget about him. It lets them take their focus off of Ahrens a bit, and Ahrens has certainly taken advantage. He's 7 for 21 in this series.
See if Jansanti can get a hit here. He has fallen out of the top 10 at hitting it. Below 300 for the first time in a long time. At 299, he comes in, 4 home runs, 23 RBIs. First pitch to Anthony, big curveball, stays high. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Brownell last year with the Ducks, 10-8, a 3.30 ERA, and really, he's had a great career. 12 seasons, he's 108 and 80 with a 3.68 ERA. They set up outside. Prince leaning, dives back in head first. Brownell is the all-time franchise leader at 46 wins. Starts with 109 innings pitched, 729 in the third. Strikeouts at 571. This one is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Brown led the Atlantic League. Talked about his durability last year with 6 complete games. 169 innings too. Second in the league as well last year. The 2-0 swung on, popped up. Shallow left center field. Going out is the shortstop Lyons, backpedaling, and he'll bring it down, fighting the sun for the second out. The sun's going to be difficult for about another half an hour or so. Shadows are past the pitching mound in first and third, but short second, and everybody else still in the sun as Travis Scott steps to the plate. Travis, 247 home runs and 36 RBIs. And for a guy who throws a lot of off-speed pitches, he was third last year in strikeouts with 147. Talked about that Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year award. That was 2 years ago in 2015 when he led the league in wins with 12, 175 and 2/3 that year. That's, when you think about it, that's equal to probably 220 innings in a 162 game schedule. We play 140 here. Also had 4 shutouts. That's 2 shutouts that season, 4 complete games, 146 strikeouts. Started 26 games and was 5th in the league in ERA, 3.38. One misses, 1 ball in, no strikes to count here to Scott. Travis, 240 with 7 home runs and 36 RBIs on the season. That's last night. The Skeeters 3-0 win. He was 1 for 4. And a throw to first. Prince dives back in just in time.
Almost caught him leaning once again. That's the second time he's been caught kind of putting that weight on the front foot just a bit. That one was much closer.
On the way with a scoreless first inning by Blevins. Skeeter starters now 20 consecutive scoreless innings, and overall they have blanked these Ducks for 21 straight innings now. This one is low and away, 2 balls and no strikes to count. And I think when this series started, that would be the last thing you would have imagined.
Oh yeah, the starting pitching was around a 4.70 ERA to start out this series, and now it's gotten all the way down to 4.43.
The 2-0. Swan and pelted down the right side. Foul. That one will reach the concourse. A 3-0 win last night, a 7-0 win the night before. Speaking of sevens, number 7 John Brownell on the hill for these Ducks. And listen to these other numbers, Andy, when Skeeters done at the plate, I think is just more amazing. They couldn't seem to hit in the first 3 games, part of their losing streak. The Skeeters, during the 3-game winning streak, have gone 35 for 304. It's a 337 average at the plate as Travis swings and misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. During the first 3 games of the series, the Skeeters were just 17 for 95, a 178 mark. You're talking double the offense literally there.
Absolutely, and they have been going station to station as well, putting together big innings. 2 of those games included 6-run second innings.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Prince at first, bottom of the first, no score. This one lifted into shallow left center field. This should fall in for a base hit. It does. Stopping at second is Prince. And the Skeeters have something brewing here with 2 on and 2 out.
I think Scott fouled off a few pitches and knew that that was going to be a breaking ball on the outer part of the plate there, so he just stuck his bat out and got it off the end of the bat. Just looped into that little no man's land between the shortstop and the 2 left and center fielders out there.
Well, Brownell is not a guy you can wait out. He's capable of throwing 120 pitches in a game. However, he's already thrown 17 pitches here in the first, and not a good strike to ball ratio. 8 strikes, 9 balls. This one swung and foul tipped into the mid Jordan Pacheco. No balls and 1 strike. Brian Pounds comes in at 178, 3 home runs and 19 RBIs. And he's gonna make me look good very soon, because I really do feel he is very close to getting out of his slump. He's starting to see the ball better, taking more pitches, hitting the ball better. Even his outs are hit pretty solidly right now, and will produce soon. No balls and 1 strike with 2 outs and 2 on. Prince down at second. Scott on at first. No score here in the bottom of the first. Pacheco will set up away here, and there goes Prince. Swung and missed. The throw down to third, not in time. The 60th stolen base of the season for the Skeeters, and significant because now they have exactly 60 stolen bases and 60 home runs. A pretty good blend of power and speed. And for Prince, he is 18th stolen base of the year. However, Travis Scott remains on first. Did that surprise you, or Prince just taking off by himself?
You know, that does surprise me, trying to take away that force over at second base, which would be an easy way to get out of this inning for Brownell.
The 1-2 here to Pounds. This one is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on the corners, 2 on. No score, bottom of the first. Skeeters trying to strike first for the 3rd straight game. Or 4th straight game, I should say. Oh, that's correct. 3 straight. The Ducks got on top. 3-0 in the 4th game. This one pounded into left field, and a diving stop by the left fielder Mark Krause, and Pounds just cannot get a break. And Almighty is hitting the ball much better. The line to the left will end it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left on base through 1 inning of play. There's no score between the Skeeters and the Ducks.
Alrighty, Skeeter fans, it's that time of the game to get up out of your seats and jump around. I'm looking for my 2 flyest fans. I have 2 hours, an hour each for my winners of Open Jump for Urban Air. So get up out of your seats and jump around. Let me see ya. I'm between section 5 and 6 looking for my fans. Alrighty, I think I found my winners. These girls have been jumping higher than I've seen anybody jump. Congratulations, girls. You're going to be the winner. Thanks, Urban Air. Back up to you, Shane.
Urban Air is Fulton County Skeeter in Georgia, Florida. Features the third small rounder in the United States. Enjoy important basketball court, Halloween ball games, and great attractions all around. Urban Air is perfect venue for good old family fun, birthday parties, team events, corporate events, you name it. Head over to the new Sugarland location, 9848 Highway 90. Urban Air Adventure Park. Get up, get up. Air.
Oh, we move to the top of the 2nd inning, a scoreless game after Bobby Blevins had a 1-2-3 first. He will pitch to 4, 5, and 6 here at the top of the 2nd. It'll be Mark Krause, Alex Berg, and Ruben Gotay. Krause, the left-handed hitting left fielder, comes in at 263 with 7 home runs and 31 RBIs for Krause. Krause steps in against Blevins. They set up on the first pitch here to Krause. They'll set up inside. And the first pitch by Blevins is high and outside, however. 1 ball and no strikes to count here to Mark Krause. Krause, a bit of a slump. 0 for his last 9 for the former 2nd-round pick of the Diamondbacks in 2009 out of Ohio University. Big swing and a miss here. 87-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Now, Andy, I think a lot of people go, oh, well, he's only throwing 87 miles an hour. Still hard to hit.
Yeah, and hard to pick up if you're not knowing exactly where that fastball is going to be in the zone.
Swan and missed again as he blows his 2nd straight 87-mile-an-hour fastball past Krause. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count.
Interested to see if he goes back to it here. Usually a breaking ball count 1 and 2, but I think fastball's been working with him here against Krause.
Set up inside, and this one is a fastball that misses, also 87, not by much, just off the inside corner. Good call. Blevins has 5 pitches, a fastball, changeup, curve, cutter, and a sinker. The 2-2 swung on and sounded like a broken bat the left side. Alfredo Rodriguez will give it a look, but that one will run out of room as it goes over the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and it is a broken bat as Kraus will get a new piece of wood here. Evans with a jam shot tied him up, and that one couldn't stay in play. Skeeters after today will head out on a 10-game road trip, starting with 3 in York and 4 in Southern Maryland, and the Skeeters could help decide the division in the first half, as the Blue Crabs will still be in the race. In fact, right now the Blue Crabs are winning and the Barnstormers are losing. There's a 1-game difference. Southern Maryland leading by just 1 game with 5 games to go. And they will only play 4 of those games in the first half. Blevins a very good strike to ball ratio, 14 of 18 for strikes. This one swung in past Blevins, but right at shortstop Kevin Aarons, who hadn't played perfectly to the left of second. A little bit of a low throw to first, but Scott grabs it before it hits the dirt. And that is out number 1 on the 6-3 putout. Well, the shortstop Aarons retires the first batter Kraus, and Alex Berg will step in. Berg, who last night was the catcher, is playing right field. Talk about versatility. Right-hand hitting right fielder, 247 with 6 home runs and 21 RBIs. Went to Washington State and was a 24th round pick of the Giants in 2009. A little time with the Rangers here in Texas, was in Round Rock in 2015 and AAA, also AA Frisco. Spent time in Advanced A as well that year in the Cal League. 280 combined, 22 home runs, 65 RBIs, and that's probably got him up through the chain. The catcher has a little bit of power and hit for decent average. Move up quick. Last year for Round Rock, 215, however, 7 home runs and 38 RBIs in 79 games. He set up way on the outside corner, swung and a miss. Great off-speed pitch there by Blevins. Might have been the slider. No balls and 2 strikes. Blevins looks sharp out of the gate right here. No score here in the top of the first inning. Only hit to the Skeeters. The 0-2 here by the right hand. This one low and outside, backhanded by Wilfredo Rodriguez. Still not used to this red chest protector and shin guard.
Is this the 3rd straight time he's gone to that?
I believe so, but I guess the way he's hitting, he might as well stick with it. It doesn't really match Skeeters colors. Not really any red in the Skeeters colors.
There's a few red t-shirts on around here. See some red t-shirts.
Yeah, but they're only because they're U of H and Wharton County Junior College night Skeeter t-shirts. This one on the outside corner, strike 3. 2nd K of the day. There's 2 away, so Blevins has retired the first 5 batters he faced, and Berg is furious, still screaming at the home plate umpire on his way back to the dugout. Kevin Baez, the manager and third base coach for the Ducks, says a few things to chirp down from third as well. I didn't think that was that bad of a pitch, did you?
I didn't think so either, but this Long Island team has had quite a few issues with this umpiring crew in the last 4 games.
I haven't really noticed. It's been so subtle.
Only 3 days ago, Kevin Baez and Angelo Songo got tossed.
First pitch down the middle for a strike. No argument there. 0-1 the count here on Ruben Gotay, the former big leaguer and Met. Bounding here from the left side against the righty Blevins. Old teammates last year with Long Island. This one a strike on the outside corner. 0-2. Blevins firing strikes here. 20 of 26 pitches for strikes here for Blevins to start this one. The 0-2. This one a little bit high. Good waist pitch. 1-2. Just a little high, just above the letters. A good pitch to see if the first baseman would chase it. He did not, however. He set up inside. The 1-2 swung on, hit down the left side. Does Pounds have a play? It looks like he does, going near the stands, and he'll glove it and bring it down for the final out. Foul out to the Skeeters' third baseman, Brian Pounds. 2nd straight 3 up, 3 down inning for Blevins, and the Skeeters have now blanked these Ducks for 22 consecutive innings and 21 for the starters. Bottom of the 2nd, we return. No score between the Skeeters and the Ducks.
over here in section 20, row D, the Reed family visiting all the way from California, and they were upgraded to the best seats in the house. Thanks to Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Jessica. Remember, fans, for the virtual dealership offers a wide variety of used cars. Key exhibit super specials, along with key parts and savings. Dealership is conveniently located in Rose Purchase, a short drive from Sugarland. Big Key to pride themselves in being the most reliable and trustworthy Key dealership around. See more at morebigkey.com. Leading off for you for Sugarland Skeeters, coach number 9, Rodriguez.
We move to the bottom of the second inning. John Brownell will have his second shot at the Skeeters. Sugarland will send up Wilfredo Rodriguez, Hector Oliveira, and Joe Benson. And Rodriguez, only the hottest member of the Skeeters right now. He might be the hottest hitter in the league. His numbers right after this first pitch by the right-hander John Brownell for the Ducks. This one is low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to count. He went 3 for 4 again last night. He is 27 for his last 70, and there's a 386 mark in the last 3 games. During this 3-game winning streak, he's been on base 9 times, and get this, Andy, he is 8 for 11. It is just red hot. 727 average there.
Pretty amazing, and he's catching tonight. He's been the DH a couple of nights, and Gary Gaetti has needed to keep his bat in the lineup wherever he can.
You bring up a good point because he's been a catcher and a DH. Gary's kept him kind of fresh, kept them legs good. 2 balls and a strike here to Rodriguez, and he's pulling the ball, going the other way, just doing it all right now. One swung, a hit right back to Brownell. Brownell leaps, brings it down, throws it to first. 4 out, number 1, 1-3 on the putout. Another guy who is starting to hit very well is Hector Oliveira. Oliveira on an octo streak. He has hit in 8 straight games, 13 for 30, a .433 average. I coined that phrase, by the way.
Octo streak?
You know, like October. Octopus, 8. This one is high. 1 ball and no strikes to count.
We were talking about the Ocho last night.
That's right. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. No score here, bottom of the second. Deciding game 7 of this series between the Skeeters and the Ducks. They have both split the first 6. 2 balls and no strikes here on Oliveira. Number 36. Slightly open stance from the right side. This one hit into center field. That may fall in, and that's a 9-game hitting streak now. So the octo streak gone. We'll have one for 9. Nano, Nuevo.
I don't know if it's Nano Nueve. That's what Hector Oliveira would say, and that's definitely a very nicely placed single right in front of Phelan Lentini in center field. Again, he's still in the sun, and it's kind of hard for him to pick that up. Oliveira perfectly weighted that one in front of the center fielder for the second base hit of the game for the Skeeters.
Brownell had a great strike-to-ball ratio in game 1 of this series. He threw 64 of 105 pitches for strikes, but not good here to start. 15 strikes, 15 balls, 30 total pitches. 0-1 the count here on Benson. For the first time since coming up to DL, some back spasms. 214, a home run and 10 RBIs. He is tied for 3rd in the league in triples with teammate Anthony Jancenti and a couple of others. The 0-1, this one is skied to left center field. That'll be Lentini under it and bringing it down for out number 2. Oliveira remains at first and steps to the number 9 hitter. Skeeters designated hitter tonight, Derek Miller. Miller comes in 233 with 4 home runs and 22 RBIs. Miller still hitting well over his last 7 games, 272, going 6 for 22. Even with the bag at third is Zach Wilson. He's aware that Miller has great speed and will lay down a bunt once in a while. Should lay down one here.
2 outs, I'm not sure.
There's It'd be a bunt for a hit, not so much for a sack. It's the not charging in at third. First pitch here a strike, 0-1 the count. Everybody's in the shade except for the center fielder Lentini and the left fielder Mark Krause now. Right now more strikes than balls. 17 strikes, 15 balls. This one a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on, bottom of the second, no score. Brownell goes to the back of it now for the rosin bag and a very humid night here at Constellation Field. The 0-2 here by the right-hander. This one a little bit high. Miller lays off, that one right near the letters. Good discipline by Miller, 1-2. 2 hits, both by the Skeeters. One by Oliveira, one by Scott. They set up outside the 1-2, check swing. This one down low, 2-2. A tough pitch to lay off. Good job by Miller. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Still haven't seen what Oliveira can do on the base paths. You can see him take a shot at swiping one. A decent lead at first. Too big, however. Now he extends it a little bit. Does not go. The 2-2 swung and a missed strike 3 as Brownell gets his first strikeout of the night, and that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We're through 2, and we are still scoreless.
Once they get through the tube, they're going to tag their teammate. Their teammate's going to put their head on the bat, spin around 5 times, get nice and dizzy, jump on the hoppy ball, and race back to the finish line. Are you ready? Set, go. It's a close one, but they're both getting out about the same time. Spin around, get nice and dizzy. Oh, don't want to swing that bat. Put the bat on the ground. Oh, wow, he's running away with this race, isn't he? All the way, keep going. All right, it looks like the team that was closest to me is going to be the winner of the relay race, brought to you by My Just Kids. And just for that, your row up there is going to get a free session at My Just Kids. Back up to you, Shane.
We move to the top of the 3rd inning. Bobby Blevins has retired the first 6 he has faced, so he will face the bottom of the order here in the top of the 3rd. 7, 8, and 9, Jordan Pacheco and Dan Lyons and Zach Goldstein. And we have a guest here in the booth, Avance.
Avance, that's correct.
Luis Flores, the executive director. First, kind of tell us a little bit about Avance.
Avance is a nonprofit organization. We do unlock America's potential by forming our programs for parent-child education program and also helping out the community with different areas that we support.
Oh, you have a huge challenge ahead of you. You have to see how I do. So
yeah,
that's a huge challenge
that
right there.
That is a challenge, yes. Just to get you to pronounce Avance, say that one more time.
Avance.
All right, you got it.
I spent time in Guatemala and Cuba. So
you do? Well, I'm from Puerto Rico, and so you know how that works, yeah.
Yeah, so we have a couple of, our catcher, Wilfredo Rodriguez, is from Puerto Rico.
All right, Puerto Rico. Avance.
From Carolina.
Carolina, soy de Cagua. Yep, absolutely. And we also serve 7,000 families in our community.
Oh, wow.
And we...
Not all here in the Houston area?
The Houston area, ISD, and Pasadena.
The 0-1, this one swung on and sky to right field. Benson moving towards the right field line. We'll flag it and bring it down for out number 1. Oh, what 2 programs will Avance Night at the ballpark benefit?
It will benefit all of our children in our community, ages of 0 to 3, and also from 3 to 5.
And who qualifies? What kind of children?
It's actually if you have children from the ages of 0 to 3, or from 0 to 5, you do qualify. Yeah. And it's free. It's also free. No fee charged. Also.
Do you have to come from any type of economic background? Does it matter? Or?
Low risk.
Okay.
Low income families. Yes. And our motto is that parents are our first teacher and home is the first education.
Yeah, it should be.
It should be, wouldn't it? So who was your first parent?
I only have 2.
You only have 2?
I think
Mom and Dad?
same here.
So I didn't bring in a second set to compare to the first.
So they're
Of
living
course
in
it was
Columbia.
Mom because my dad worked a lot. So.
Okay, very good. Very good. Yeah, very good.
What about yourself?
I am a parent. I am a single parent of a 30-year-old.
But what about when you were growing up?
I have 2 parents. That's right, a mom and a dad. And
See,
they were my
see,
first
you too.
parents.
What a coincidence. We have
And
so
they
much
were-
in common.
And they were my first parents, and they were my first teachers also.
This one is a hard hit ball right to Kevin Aaron's short behind Jordy. He'll throw it to first to get the Speedy Lions. And there's a second out. Nice play by the Cedars shortstop. That is 8 straight retired. And we're speaking to Luz Flores of Avance and talk about how does Avance incorporate exercise, which as a baseball team we of course promote.
We actually incorporate exercise, health, and wellness to our nutrition and programs. When we bring them in, we teach them how to eat healthy, how to actually put together a meal with the parents, and also do exercise like sports. We're very well known with the Houston Rockets, and we teach them basketball. We have playgrounds in our classrooms, so they go out there and do a lot of sports activities.
By the way, loose as in light.
Yes.
So
You
you're
are
shedding
so
a, yeah,
good.
shedding
You
a
are
light
so
on
good.
this charity
This
that you
program.
do and the whole program in general.
And also our children learn about sports activities in the playgrounds.
Great. 0-1 coming here to Zach Goldstein. This one a strike on the outside corner. 0-2 now. Why are partnerships important? ABM, Skeeters, some of your partners?
ABN and Skeeters is one of our partners because they're very important to bring in funding for what we do. Because as the programs, we don't have enough funding to provide 7,000 parents in our community. So Skeeters and also ABM is very helpful in bringing in those collaborations. So we really appreciate everything that you do to help Avance.
What is the tough challenge for you guys?
Funding. Funding right now is a very tough challenge. So really appreciate the opportunity to partner with this program.
So before we run out of time here, tell people how they can get in contact with you guys, get involved, find out more about your charity.
We have, you can go into our website, which is avancehouston.org. Our number is 713-812-0033. Call us. We'd love to bring you to a tour and explain more about the programs that we do.
Where do you do the tour?
We have the tours in 18 to 20 different centers that we do serve. We can give you a tour right at our Daycoma Center, and also the other 18 centers.
The
We would
1-2.
love to come and see our children at play.
Well, that's awesome. And you're bringing a whole bunch of people out on your night, correct?
We are. We're expecting at least 200 to 300 people coming in.
July 28th, correct?
Yeah, 28. Well, yeah, we do. And parents and children, so you're going to see a lot of red Avance t-shirts around, and also Skeeter t-shirts.
That's one through the left side for a base hit. As the first base runner that Blevins has allowed after retiring the first 8 straight hitters he has faced. And we're so joined here in the booth by Luz Flores, the executive director for Avance. And you
say
know,
that again?
Avance.
Avance. You are getting really good.
I must say I'm intrigued by your name, Light Flowers, right?
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
I'm on a
Yes.
roll here
That means
tonight.
I'm bringing the light flowers to Avance and to Skeeters.
But you didn't bring me
and
anything.
Oh, well, next time I'll have to remember to bring him some flowers. Hello.
See, women aren't the only one who like flowers, Luz.
Yeah. So you definitely, I'll bring you some flowers next time.
Excellent.
And some light with it, too.
That's going to be hard to bottle the light. I would be very impressed if you did.
This is really cool back here, by the way.
That's why we do it.
Yeah.
This one is sky to right center field. It's going to be Jan Santi who will run it down for out number 3, and that will do it. Luz, it's been a pleasure. We
Thank you so much. I
will help you
appreciate
the
your
best we
time.
can for your night, and I hope we got a little
And
notoriety out there and shed a little light on it, if you like.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I really appreciate the partnership. And thank you for pronouncing Avance correctly.
Avance,
Very
get
good.
involved. Luz Flores, the executive director for Avance. Middle of the 3rd inning. We're still scoreless in this one.
phone movie trivia. Let's take a look at the question. What was the beast's actual name in the 1993 movie The Sandlot? We'll give you three choices. Was it A, Pan, B, Zeus, or C, Hercules?
C, Hercules.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Is it C? Of course it is. I love that question. All right, BJ, you're going to be winner of 25 Scooter Bucks thanks to Assure Flow Solutions. We're going to send it back up to you, Shane.
Assure Flow Solutions, proud sponsor of baseball movie trivia. Just on the web, Assure Flow Solutions, LLC. And leading out for you is Sugarland Skeeters. Second base number 7, Josh Prince.
Well, we move to the bottom of the third inning. Skeeters will try to strike first here. Sugarland will send up the top of the order, Josh Prince, followed by Kevin Aarons and Anthony Jansanti, 1, 2, and 3 here. Prince, 250, 4 home runs, 26 RBIs, walked his first time up. This one swung on and sky to deep left field. Going back is Kraus, still going back at the wall, reaches up and hauls it in with his back to the wall for a long, loud out number 1.
It didn't look like a home run right off the bat. It just kept on carrying, and I think the wind probably pushed it a little further toward that left field corner than I thought it was going to go, but just not enough to clear that University of Houston Sugarland side out in left center.
Wind blowing in from right center at that moment. When it blows in from left center, it tends to hold balls up. Kevin Aarons will step in. He flew out to center his first time up. He is 0 for 1. This one is a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count here on Aarons. Aarons 279, 5 home runs, 33 RBIs. The 0-1. This one is high. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. No runs on 2 hits for the Skeeters. No runs on 1 hit for the Ducks. This one is hit towards the shortstop. Lions will charge it, fire it to first in time. And there is out number 2. A fly out and a ground in. Quickly 2 outs, none on for Anthony Jansanti.
Brownell needs this kind of inning. Needed 36 pitches to get to the first 2. Would like to be a little bit more efficient in this one.
A scoreless game here in the bottom of the third. Anthony Jansanti with a home run last night. Excuse me, the night before. This one is high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Anthony 299, 4 home runs, 23 RBIs. Popped out the short his first time up. He's 0 for 1. This one swung, a slow roller left side of the mound. Brownell stops, plants, fires to first. Nice play by the Ducks pitcher. That's his first 1, 2, 3 inning. We are a third of the way through, end of the third inning. We're scoreless.
You're starting to get the feel of it. We'll give you one more shot. I think we got time for one more. We'll give you one more, Dennis. You got it on this one. I believe in you. Oh, so close. Thank you so much for participating. That's the Golf Chipping Challenge brought to you by Sugar Creek Country Club. Back up to you, Shane.
Sugar Creek Country Club comes to the water Sugar Land with 27 holes of golf, newly renovated and big trademark since the hole in 1972. We've also got family style pool, fitness center, and 8 tennis courts. It's a great place. Those two things today, check it out. Sugar Creek Country Club.
We move to the top of the fourth. The Skeeters have now blanked the Ducks for 23 consecutive innings, 22 by their starters. Blevins will try to make it 24. He's back on the mound and back behind the mic. My friend Andy Humphrey.
Thank you, Ira. It'll be the 2-3-4 hitters for the Long Island Ducks. Elmer Reyes, Lou Ford, Mark Kraus in this top half of the fourth in a scoreless contest so far. Bobby Blevins back up on the mound. 39 pitches through the first 3 innings for Blevins. He has a long look in here, and Reyes is going to call time before the first pitch. Blevins now winds and deals. First pitch to Reyes is swung on and popped up to the left side. This will get out of play into the seats, and uh-oh, that took a man's hat off. Came off the seat and then bounced right up near his head and took the bill of his cap straight off his head.
At least it didn't hit him in the head. That hurts.
Appears to be all right. Can certainly wake yourself up a bit if you're nodding off during the game in a scoreless contest.
By the way, Blevins 32 of 40 pitches for strikes.
And really attacking these guys early on as he delivers another pitch that is fouled off, this time to the right side by Reyes. No balls and 2 strikes. And he's been more effective when he's been really attacking the zone as much as he has been doing in the last few innings and really in his last start as well. As he winds and deal the 0-2. Way outside this time, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last start was against these Ducks on Saturday. He allowed 3 runs on 6 hits, and all those 3 runs came in 1 inning. So you take away that 3rd inning that he had on Saturday, he was having a scoreless outing as the 1-2 is fouled straight up in the air to the left side. In foul ground is Pounds, the 3rd baseman, and he will bring it down for the first out of the inning. So Blevins retires Reyes, who's now 0 for 2. And now Lou Ford comes to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He fouled out to the right side to the first baseman, Scott, in the first inning. The 40-year-old Ford stands into the right-handed batter's box. The first pitch missed the inside edge for ball 1. Ford has driven in 5 runs in this series. Despite not getting as many base hits as we're used to seeing him get, he is 6 for 26, which isn't bad. As he lines 1 foul and to the right side. Well, that didn't hit anybody. We'll see.
It may have. I saw Lou Ford wins there.
Yeah, he's still looking down there, and there's a little crowd over here. Hopefully whoever was hit by that foul ball gets some medical attention quickly. No balls, or 1 ball and 1 strike now to the designated hitter Lou Ford. I think this young fan was.
Ooh, wow! I think some lady got hit in the nose.
Oh no! Meanwhile, the 1-1 misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Ford.
Hit her right on the side of the temple, it looks like. Already on her. Getting some medical attention.
2-1. Inside again. 3 balls and 1 strike to Ford. I mean, that was just straight at that right field side where those seats jut out into the field of play. 3-1 is swung on and bounced foul off of Ford's leg, so it'll fill up the count at 3-2. Always a dangerous area.
Past the nets and you're in that line drive area.
Yeah, you're right in the firing line, and you want to make sure that you keep your head on a swivel.
And you already get the medical folks. She's walking by herself, so
Payoff pitch is hit high in the air and deep into left field. Into the corner is Oliveira, and he brings it down just inside that foul line for out number 2.
Well, actually stayed in fair territory, and Oliveira, good jump, ran it down easily.
So 2 fly ball outs to the left for Blevins, and 2 up and 2 down in the top of the 4th in a scoreless game. Here's Mark Krause, who was 0 for 1 with the ground out to shortstop. Krause has made starts in each of the last 3 games, but has yet to pick up a base hit in this series, 0 for 9. First pitch is outside from Blevins. In fact, Krause is 0 for his last 10. Last time he had a hit was when he homered against Somerset back on June 20th. 1-0 is hit high in the air to the right side this time. Prince is settling underneath as he goes back into the infield dirt and makes the catch for out number 3. So 3 air outs for the Long Island Ducks, and they get retired 1-2-3 in the 4th inning. We go to the bottom half with the score still knotted up at 0.
How about we celebrate 3 birthdays? I've got Dylan, Gigi, and Michael, and they're all out here celebrating their birthday. We're going to sing a happy birthday, but I need your help. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dylan, Gigi, and Michael. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, everybody. And George Hughes, happy birthday. Thank you so much for spending your special day with us. And with the groups here tonight, I want to say hello to Bob Holmes, who's also tonight as well. Boys Scout and RT 31 with us. Rick Goldman's also here with True Town Lake is here tonight. I'd like to say hello to City of Rosenberg, Fort Custom Council, Easy Gift coming up.
Fans join the Skeeters on Saturday, July 15th at 6:05 p.m. First 2,000 fans through the gates will receive a free Craig Biggio Hall of Fame bobblehead, courtesy of Sanders, Morris, and Harris. Get your tickets, call 281-240-HITS or go online to sugarlandskeeters.com. Scoreless here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Travis Scott, Brian Pounds, Wilfredo Rodriguez, the 4-5-6 part of the lineup for the Skeeters, facing John Brownell. He'll wind and deal the first pitch to Scott, and it is hit into right center field in the air and hangs up for Lentini. Center fielder brings it down, 1 pitch, 1 out for John Brownell.
Brownell doing differently here. He used a lot of pitches in that first, but had a 1-2-3 inning last inning, and it's 1 out, 1 pitch here in the 4th.
Now only a 7-pitch inning in the 3rd. He's got 44 total for the game. Here's Brian Pounds. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. First pitch on the way to Pounds. Takes it on the outside corner for a called strike. Well, we were mentioning Craig Biggio Hall of Fame bobblehead night. That's coming up the next Saturday home game that the Skeeters have, which is not for another 2 weeks. So they go out on a 10-day road trip and then have the All-Star break. 0-1. Outside, 1-1. But speaking of Craig Biggio, today is a pretty famous day in his history. Going back to this day in baseball history, 12 years ago, he broke one of the more obscure all-time records as Pounds looks at a breaking ball up high, 2-1.
Hit by pitches?
Yep, hit by a pitch record was broken on this day in 2005. It was at Coors Field.
Look that up. I believe he doesn't have the all-time record if you go back to, but he has the modern record.
He has the modern day record. He broke Don Baylor's modern day record of 267. This 2-1 pitch is hit high in the air into foul ground, and the first baseman Ty is there to make the catch. Had to battle the wind there for a second as it pushed it back toward home plate. And that is the second out. But you know, it's really interesting that that date came on June 29th, because 2 years later, almost to the day, on June 28, 2007, was when Craig Biggio recorded his 3,000th hit.
Interesting.
So yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of that milestone. Next batter, Wilfredo Rodriguez, hits this high in the air to right center field, and a diving catch by Alex Berg, who is normally a catcher, but in right field, he robs Wilfredo Rodriguez of a base hit. What a play by Alex Berg, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for John Brownell. We're 4 complete here at Constellation Field, and we still have no score. Welcome back to Skeeters Baseball. Still no score. We're in the top of the 5th inning at Constellation Field here in Sugar Land, Texas. Alongside Ira Liebman, I'm Andy Humphrey. The Long Island Ducks will send up the 5, 6, 7 hitters. It's Alex Berg, Ruben Gotay, Jordan Pacheco facing Bobby Blevins on the mound. So in steps Berg, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but just a few moments ago had a spectacular diving catch in right center field to rob Wilfredo Rodriguez of what appeared to be a base hit off the bat. Here's Bobby Blevins with the first pitch to Berg, and he swings and misses at that 87-mile-per-hour heater. Strike one. Now, we haven't seen Berg play any other position than catcher, and he is listed as a catcher on the Long Island lineup. But man, that looked like a real professional outfielder there on that play as Blevins misses to the right side, 1-1.
He's have some experience out there. I don't think you just generally throw a catcher out there, because he certainly looked like he'd played out there before.
Catchers always have to be pretty good athletes behind the plate there to try and get to whatever pitch might be in the dirt. As Berg pokes one into shallow right field. This one's playable for Joe Benson, and he will easily make the out there. And there's one away in the 5th. So Blevins is now sat down. 13 of 14 batters that he has faced. The only blemish or base hit allowed to Zach Goldstein, the 9-hole hitter in the 3rd. Other than that, he's been perfect. Sitting on 54 pitches now through 4 1/3 innings. And a scoreless contest so far in the top of the 5th. Here's Ruben Gotay. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Gotay is 0 for 1 with a foul out to 3rd. Big open stance for Gotay in the left-handed batter's box as Blevins deals the 1-0. This one finds the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to the first baseman Gotay, who's 2 for 9 in this series, not an everyday player. Blevins working quickly here. That's what he wants to do as the 1-1 is hit to the right side. 1 hop to Prince at second base. He'll fire to first for the second out.
That was a tough play. Prince had to play that oddly, but played it well. It was kind of a tough short hop, so he backed up, took a high bounce, but he didn't keep it in front of him. He stabbed it to his left. It was kind of a room service hop as he played it that way.
Came pretty wicked off the bat, too, with some weird spin. So you got to try and adjust for that, too. So quickly, 2 up and 2 down in this 5th for Blevins, who's retired 6 straight, and now he'll face the catcher, Jordan Pacheco. First pitch on the way is grounded to the left side, and a nice stop by Pounds at third. A bit of a high throw to first, but Scott is there to corral it. And another 1-2-3 inning for Blevins. Needed only 7 pitches to get out of that 5th. We are halfway through this one, and we still don't have any runs.
Alrighty, fans, Thursday night in the ballpark. You know what that means. It's time for the Deep in the Heart of Texas sing-along. Everybody get on your feet and clap your hands. Here comes the unofficial state song of Texas.
We're deep in the heart of Texas, and we still have no score here in Sugar Land between the Skeeters and the Long Island Ducks. John Brownell back on the mound for Long Island. In his 5th inning of work has not allowed a run and only 2 hits to the Sugar Land Skeeters, has sat down 8 straight, and now he'll face Hector Oliveira, Joe Benson, and Derek Miller in the bottom part of the order for the Sugar Land Skeeters. Oliveira continues his hot inning, a 9-game hitting streak. 11 for 14 in this series. First pitch on the way, and this one's high. Make it 1-0. Brownell rocks and deals the 1-0 pitch to Oliveira. And he hits this one high in the air left side. Into foul ground goes Goldstein, the third baseman, and he catches it with 2 feet on the dirt in foul ground, and that is out number 1. Well, we were diving into this day of baseball history a bit earlier with Craig Biggio. I found another one that was very interesting.
Let's hear it.
So, 1913.
I think I was doing that game.
Were you doing that?
That was my first year.
That was my next joke, actually.
Beat you to it.
Here's Joe Benson. We'll get to that a little bit later, but Joe Benson calling time. I thought that was during the windup. I didn't know that you were able to do that when the pitcher started his windup there, but it was granted by the home plate umpire Brian Page.
What to this day?
So, the Reds defeated the Cubs 9-6. And that is a milestone. That in and of itself maybe not be so significant, but here is the interesting part. They only needed 1 baseball to complete the entire game.
Yeah, that happened a lot back in those days. Players would use the same bat the whole season. I mean, it seems absurd by this day and age, but it did happen quite a bit.
Well, it is absurd, and there weren't very many home runs hit either.
Well, hence the ball was beaten to a pulp by the end of that game.
Exactly.
Kind of like the Roy Hobbs ball by the end.
0-1 pitch is a called strike on the outer edge to Benson. No balls and 2 strikes. But yeah, it seems so funny how far removed we are from that time. You know, guys will just look at get a new baseball. They don't like it, they throw it away. Especially a pitcher, as Benson swings and misses at a low and inside slider there. Nice pitch from John Brownell. And that is strikeout number 2 for the right-hander on the mound. 2 away in this bottom of the 5th. Still no score between the Skeeters and the Ducks. Brownell has sat down 10 straight Skeeters.
Well, this is going to seem more absurd. A guy named Joe Sewell has the record for least strikeouts in a season. 3. Can you imagine this day and age? 3 Ks in a season? It's in 1 game. You're lucky.
He wasn't a starter, was he?
Yes, he was.
Oh, my. Derek Miller now the batter, and first pitch is popped high in the air on the infield diamond. Goldstein calls everybody off, says I got it, and he does have it, and he will bring it down for the final out. Another 1-2-3 inning for John Brownell. He has sat down 11 consecutive batters. Through 5 innings of play, we still have no score in Sugar Land. Bobby Blevins back out there for the top of the 6th inning. There's still no score in this final game of the 7-game series between the Sugar Land Skeeters and the Long Island Ducks. Alongside Ira Liebman, I'm Andy Humphrey. And Ira, we have another visitor with us.
Yes, busy day here in the booth. Skeeters infielder Lance Sawatsky. Lance, how are you?
Good, thanks for having me.
Sure. How could I not have the guy who got me the ring with the final outs? You're on every broadcast on the intro. I wanted to ask you now, and this is even more significant now, Bartolo Colon got released today, which may make you the last professional baseball player who was drafted by the Expos. You were drafted by the Expos in the 48th round of high school, Shrewsbury High School in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but Bartolo Colon being father time. There's got to be one more between us.
I don't know. I have yet to find one. But you got drafted 3 times. You got drafted by Toronto and then eventually by the Padres. What made you not go the first 2 times?
Well, to high school, I got drafted late, so I was going to go to college and wanted that college experience. And then my junior year, I ran into some injuries and only played maybe about half the games. So decided not to sign and take the chance on my senior year.
Dan Lyons fouls off another pitch. It's no balls and 2 strikes to the shortstop.
Eventually get drafted by the Padres and a very high round, and going in, then did you feel you were ready? I mean, you came off the College World Series, you went to the NAIA College World Series, and you feel this is it. I am as ready as I'm going to be.
Yeah, I think at that point I was just ready for the next step after spending all 4 years in college. So I was definitely ready and excited when that opportunity came.
What did you feel that you did maybe those final year or 2 years that made you more prepared than you would have been, say, in your junior year?
I just think you develop as you get older. I think your body's still maturing at that point too, and even the way you play the game and your mindset towards it. Every time you go out there, you're just growing as a player. So.
Players tend to change positions as they kind of grow into their body, until they grow into their career. Did you start out as a shortstop in high school?
Yeah, I pretty much played short, just all around the infield, pretty much my whole career. So I've been lucky to be able to stay there.
So 2 pitches hit high in the air, deep into left field. Oliveira going back, but he is there on the warning track, and he brings it down in left for the first out. So Dan Lyons retired, and Blevins has sat down 8 straight.
So joined here in the booth by the Skeeters, Lance Zawatsky, now 2-time All-Star here in the Atlantic League, 2-time Atlantic League champion. In fact, you both hurt and helped the Skeeters. You beat the Skeeters when you were with the Barnstormers in 2014 as the Skeeters got swept, and then you joined the Skeeters late last year. Are those your only 2 rings?
I've had some rings throughout my career.
Lucky you. You got a fistful of rings?
Got a few dating back since high school, and then technically got a ring with being in the NAI World Series. So we didn't win it, but we got one of those. So not quite as sweet as winning it, but Skeeters one's definitely up there. That was a sweet run we had to make to even get that opportunity. So.
Is that what made it so special, or was it different, just a different point in your career so it was special for you? Especially that you started the year with the Barnstormers, you joined the Skeeters for the last month of the season and really helped them to that title.
This next pitch to Zach Goldstein is hit on the ground to shortstop, and Kevin Aarons gathers, throws to first, and that's the second out of this top of the 6th inning in this scoreless contest. Bobby Blevins settling in.
I think what made it so special was we even had to go to a point last year where we won like 10 in a row just to make that run to get into the playoffs. And once we got into the playoffs, it seemed like everything clicked and there was no stopping us. So just to even get to the point where we were battling to get into the playoffs and then to do it how we did it, I think it makes it special when you put that much time into a season and that happens.
We asked a lot of the guys who were here last year. The Skeeters hadn't won 5 in a row, but once all of last season. What clicked that they went on the 10-0 run all the way to the championship and beat these Ducks?
I don't know, but we definitely had a special team where a lot of the guys on the team, I think, it just gelled right and everything hit all cylinders. I guess if you're going to run into one of those streaks, it's in the playoffs that you want to do it. So.
Talk a little about, you've gotten to do some great things. You got to play at San Diego State for the late great Tony Gwynn. What was he like as a head coach?
A great person, and just an amazing guy to be able to sit there. One of my favorite things I always tell people is being able to just go in his office and we'd sit there, and probably my favorite stories got to the point where he actually yelled at me to pick another story because I'd ask him about him and Ted Williams at the
that's a good one.
'98 All-Star game in
the
Fenway.
Century team.
And I probably could tell you the whole story there on repeat, but he, just picking Ted Williams' brain was the closest thing I get to pick Ted Williams' brain. So I'd ask him for the story over and over, and he literally told me one day, he's like, just change the station here. I've got a bunch of stories. So that was my favorite by far.
Evans deals the 1-2 to Velon Lentini. This one's hit high and deep into left field. Oliveira going back, and this one is gone. Velon Lentini breaks the scoreless tie, and the Long Island Ducks take a 1-0 lead. And for Lentini, that is home run number 2 on the season.
He was very upset about the last pitch and wanted to make it count. In fact, that is the first run the Ducks have scored off of the Skeeters in 25 innings. Also the first off a starter in 24 innings. So that streak unfortunately by the boards here in the 6th with 2 down. Also wanted to ask you, you got to the majors, you get to the majors with the Padres, and you get to play with Tony Gwynn Jr. So kind of 2 decades of baseball and play with senior and junior.
Yeah, and Tony Jr. was always great too, because
Alvarez hits this first pitch high in the air to left field, and Oliveira is there to grab this one for the final out. We've got more questions. Lance, you want to stick around?
I got nowhere else to be right now.
1-0 Ducks as they are on the board first here in Sugar Land. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 6th after this.
All right, fans, it's time for What Do You Know? our contestant, Andy Taylor.
Thanks, Shane. I'm down here with Andrew. He's ready to test his knowledge of the Whataburger menu with what do you know. Andrew, we're going to show you a menu right over up there. It's going to be scrambled up. You got to figure it out. You ready? It's 2 words. Let's see. If you know the answer, yell it out or help him out. Ooh, I think you got it. What is it, Andrew? Strawberry milkshake? Awesome. Great job. You're going to be the winner of this Whataburger prize pack, but that's not all. You're over there in section 14 team and the winner of Whataburger coupons as well. Back up to you, Shane.
Whataburger, proudly serving Skeeters fans 24 hours a day. And don't forget, Skeeters fans, you can now download the Sugarland Skeeters app. Available for download for Apple and Android devices. Stay connected with the Skeeters all season long. We game updates, team news, exclusive app awards, and more. Right in the palm of your hand. Just download the official Skeeters app and Apple on the Android device during tonight's game. Leading off for your Sugarland Skeeters, second base number 7, Josh Prince.
It's now 1-0 Ducks as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning in Sugarland. The top of the order due up for the Skeeters: Josh Prince, Kevin Aarons, Anthony Jansanti against John Brownell, the righty on the hill. As Brown winds and deals the first pitch to Prince, and a breaking ball just misses outside for ball 1. We are joined in the booth by Skeeters shortstop Lance Zawatsky. And Lance, you were talking earlier about, playing with, your coach Tony Gwynn, and then also playing with Tony Gwynn Jr. And you were rudely interrupted by the final out of the inning, so we want to hear the rest of the story.
Well, I was just saying that it was always nice because obviously Big Tony over there in the off season, Tony Gwynn Jr. would come in, and with that, with Tony being there, Big Tony, we'd have Tony Gwynn Jr. hanging out.
It's like having the mob boss's son and the mob boss there.
It's like having the big deal there. And then, of course, what Tony Gwynn brings with him was we would have Prince Fielder, Jimmy Rollins, Javi Lopez, Mark Kotze, Jock Jones, all these guys. I remember literally not going to one single class after like 11:30 a.m. because those guys always hit it about noon right before practice. So it was always, a special time to be able to go there. You had a handful of the all-stars at that time, that were going and hitting in the off-season every single day at your field, and just hanging out around the half shell behind, where they hit BP was, who else gets to do that?
Was there one guy that you really picked up a lot, or maybe gave you one piece of advice that you thought, that really helped me in my career?
No, I stayed quiet for the most part with those guys. I just sat
quiet in general. For
yeah,
a
I just
player.
Sat there and watched, and I feel like that's usually when I absorb the most, is when I keep my mouth shut and kind of just watch what's going on. But you can't go wrong with those guys hanging out, and then especially if they're talking to Tony Gwynn, about hitting or anything or adjustments or whatever it was. There's no need to say anything. You just listen.
Speaking of which, you're Josh Prince's roommate on the road, and you guys are like the odd couple. He's kind of a vocal guy. You're a quiet guy, but you guys also were phenomenal as a double play combination. You guys have a kind of a good special relationship there.
Yeah, it's been neat. Obviously playing last year, and
2-2 is hit on the ground to third base. Long throw for Goldstein, but he gets it there in time to beat Lance Sawatsky's roommate Josh Prince, and there's one out in the inning.
It's just a neat dynamic, because I think the thing that draws us close together, even being opposites, is his love and desire for the game, and just even, when we're in our room at night, we've got a baseball game on, or we're talking baseball, we're talking some sort of strategy around the game. It's fun to be a part of that, because you put everything into the game, and then, you continually grow in it, like we said earlier. So it's nice to have somebody that you can throw stuff off of and that you can help out as well.
Yeah, it sort of never stops at this level of the game. Certainly, talking about the game, even when you're not on the field or in practice.
It can't. There's just so many different aspects to the game that go on. You can always be growing as long as you're playing. So
Prince is one of the funnier guys I've ever met. He had to have pulled some prank on you as a roommate, or something funny must have happened.
I mean, there's plenty of funny things that happen. I don't know if they're radio quality, but but no, he's a great guy. We definitely get some laughs in. So
talk a little bit. I want to backtrack. So when you were in college, you get to play the first ever game at Petco, and against the University of Houston, which is really relevant. You get the first hit in Petco Park.
Yeah, when Tony Gwynn's your head coach, you get certain privileges, and one of those was playing the actual first game of Petco.
Ahrens hits this one pretty deep to left center field. This one will split the gap in left center. Lentini falls down. Kraus will have to pick it up. Ahrens is rounding second on his way to third. The relay throw to third base is not going to be in time. Ahrens is safe at third with a one-out triple, and the Skeeters now have the tying run 90 feet away in the bottom of the 6th inning.
It's Ahrens' second triple of the year. That's the 13th triple of the year for the Skeeters. That is pretty good three-bagger there for the Skeeters shortstop.
So Anthony Jansanti stands in against John Brownell. So, you know, playing at Petco Park, a new stadium and a new Major League stadium, it must seem, you know, just huge with you being in college. And I mean, what kind of, you know, dynamic was that, you know, changing up to such a big new fancy stadium like that?
I mean, that was unbelievable, just because we knew kind of what we were getting into, because the Padres hadn't even played their preseason game there yet, like before the season started. So it was legitimately the first real baseball game played there. So, you know, that in itself was a big deal for us. We could have been playing anybody, and there could have been no one in the stands, but we also at that point broke the NCAA record that night for attendance. There was like 42,000.
Wow.
I mean, and that speaks a lot for the city and what they think about Gwynn, because they certainly weren't going there to see San Diego State play.
They didn't come to see Lance Owatsky yet?
But, you know, that was just one of the other things that come with when Tony Gwynn's your coach. It was almost like everything came with it.
All the fame and all the glory.
All of his fame.
He can take a little bit of that. He can share. 2-0-2 the count to Anthony Jansanti as the infield is in on the grass. Brownell in the set, deals the 0-2 to Jansanti up high, 1-2.
Speaking of the Skeeters, Lance Owatsky, and we mentioned earlier in 2007 you get to play in the NAIA College World Series, but you get picked up by the Royals a few years later in 2010. You get to play in the home of College World Series in Omaha, then in Rosenblatt Stadium where it used to be played. What was that stadium like?
Well, actually, the closest I got to Rosenblatt was actually driving by it, because that was the first year where they built the new stadium. So the AAA has its own stadium, so it doesn't actually play where the College World Series is anymore. That's strictly used for that, and I think like Creighton. So I got to drive by it. It's an amazing setup over there. But I also took the time to go drive by Rosenblatt just because there's so much history there. I just wanted to see what it was about. And I guess that history stays during those 2 weeks in the summer where they play there, because it was kind of an old stadium at that point. But obviously, what makes that special is in the stadium. So
Brownell sets the 1-2 on the way to Jansanti, backs him up on the fastball. Is inside there, 2 balls and 2 strikes. A runner at third base for the Skeeters. They're threatening here in this bottom of the 6th inning in a 1-0 game in favor of Long Island.
Nice to see that you're a baseball history above it. It surprises me how many baseball players these days, like, they don't really care that much about history, but you're not one of those guys apparently.
I'm definitely not one of those. I've enjoyed it since I was young, just watching the game and every aspect of it.
2-2 popped high in the air, playable. In foul ground is the first baseman Go Ty. He's there to make the catch, calling off the catcher Pacheco, and there's 2 away in the inning. Still at third base is Ahrens.
So would you say there's a moment of your career where you got a big taste of baseball history that you really enjoyed?
You know, I think my big thing was just, I grew up with baseball. Just my dad played some pro ball, so I grew up for as long as I can remember, always loving the game, being around it, playing it, watching it. So for me, the biggest thing I think in my career as far as like baseball history would have been having the opportunity to go play for Tony Gwynn, because that was a guy, even when I was young, you know, growing up in Atlanta and Boston, you always see Gwynn on the highlights on ESPN. That was just a guy, you know. I can remember seeing the highlights of his 3,000th hit. I can remember, you know, when he got hurt towards the end of his career between first and second. Like, those are just things I remember when I was young at that point. So that to me is really special, just because of the mark he left on baseball, and you know, not only that, but the type of person he was respected as, and you know, the way he went about his business and everything he did was really special for me to be able to have that as a part of my baseball career.
Now, when you look at your career as a whole and kind of the things that you look back on, what maybe the top 3 moments of your career that really stand out? Besides getting drafted or your first day in the big leagues, because that's the 2 answers I always get. So let me put those away.
Let's see. My first, my first career at bat, I hit a homer. I'd say that,
no kidding.
that was my first pro at bat was a homer, and I actually, when I showed up, I got hurt in the training camp we were going to. Imagine that, me on the DL with you guys here.
Scott hits this first pitch high in the air. Once again in foul ground, go tie there, and he waits for it to come down and will make the catch. Quickly finish up. What other moments do you have?
You guys are putting me on the spot. I'll take the
Pressure up here.
homer for 200 and
I thought you were going to have pressure up here.
Yeah.
We'll let you slide. First career home run in bat is pretty good.
We'll stick with that.
Well, thank you so much, Lance, for joining us in the booth here in this sixth inning.
And choking under the pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Skeeters still trailing 1-0 after 6 innings. We'll go to the 7th right after this.
Visit SugarlandSkeeters.com for more information. Our audience, it is now time for In the Bench, brought to you by Silver Smile. We got Dan 2, we got Dr. Mark Knox, we have Tony Two-Face, and a cantankerous comedy. All right, race is going to go around to the third base side. Ready, Mark? Get set, go! And it looks like the cavity is in the lead. Dr. Mark Yowens, the Two-Face, the two trying to make the way, but it looks like the cantankerous cavity is going to run away with it. And the cantankerous cavity wins the race, but it's been disqualified because of an early start. Fans, what did we learn here tonight? Well, we learned that cavities fight dirty. We also learned that if you don't pay attention with brushing your teeth and seeing the dentist, your tooth could lose because cavities don't fight fair. That little dash brought to you by Subtle Smiles. Hey, there's nothing subtle about our smile. And it's called a little finish brought to you by Texas Direct Auto. Texas Direct wants you to sell if your car and get one by theirs. Get all the details on the web. TexasDirectAuto.com. Now pitching for your Skeeters number 37. The green.
Well, new pitcher on the mound for the Skeeters. It'll be former big leaguer Evan Reed will take over here. Reed is 1-1 with a 4.94 ERA. 1 save, 23 2/3, 21 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 32 innings pitched. Tip of the cap goes to Bobby Blevins. Really the only blemish, that home run with 2 outs. Otherwise, the Skeeters would still have that scoreless inning streak going. Almost don't want it to ever end.
Yeah, exactly. And it's certainly tough for Bobby Blevins now that he's in line for the loss here.
Reed will take over here. 3, 4, and 5. Ford, Krause, and Berg here. Ford is 0 for 2. He has fouled out and fly out to left. Let's see if Reed can continue the Skeeters' mojo. 1 run on 2 hits for the Ducks. No runs on 3 hits for the Skeeters. This one is a little bit low. Reed features a great fastball and a slider. He had 6 straight scoreless appearances before last time out, and that was against the Ducks here, the 4-1 loss. He went 1 inning, allowed 3 runs, all earned, 5 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. So one swung and belted to deep left field by Ford. This could make it 2-0. Oliveira at the wall, and this one's gone, and it is 2-0 Long Island.
Tough one to give up there, especially your first batter of the game coming into a 7th inning as the first reliever out of the pen, and you give up Lou Ford's 4th homer of the season, and all of a sudden it becomes a little bit tougher of a hill to climb in a game that has really been dominated by the pitching so far, and hits and runs have come at a premium tonight.
You don't know what's worse, when Ford is on a hot streak or if he's cold, because if you have him for 2 at-bats cold, it seems like it's a matter of time before he's going to get a hit. And when you look at what he's done just alone in this series, he had 2 hits last night, including a hit in the 9th, which could have started a rally. I mean, the Skeeters only won 3-0, and then they had 1 hit through the first 8 the night before. He gets a hit in the 9th for a 2-hit performance. This one Foul to the left side. It'll be the Skeeters' Brian Pounds to bring it down. Foul out just off of third, and the third baseman hauls it in for the first out. So 1 in, 1 out, none on for Alex Berg. Boy, just so tough. Berg has struck out and flied out. He is 0 for 2. The Skeeters trailing 2-0 now. Berg came in 247, 6 home runs and 21 RBIs. And we'll take a peek on that Freedom Division race here. As Berg takes his first pitch. The right-hander Reed deals, and this one is low. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Well, the Bees beat the Barnstormers in a close one, 2-1, and Southern Maryland holding on, but still ways for that one to end. It is 5-4 Blue Crabs over Somerset, top of the 7th. Somerset clinched their division last night, so they are the first half Liberty Division champs. This one, big swing and a miss. Good fastball there by Reed. 92 miles an hour, 1 ball and 1 strike to count. If Southern Maryland wins, they'd be up 2 games with 4 to play here in the first half, so it would be a good lead. That one may go down to the wire, though. Well, set up outside here on Berg. The 1-1. Swung and fouled up to the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on him. Excuse me, on Berg from Reed.
That's 2 homers in these last 2 innings given up by the Skeeters. They had not given up a single homer in this series against Long Island. Long Island came into this game with 45 homers on the year, which is good for 6th in the league.
1-2 the count on Berg. 1 out, none on, 1 in on the home run to lead off this inning by Lou Ford. This one swung and missed. That one dropped, and Rodriguez will tag Berg. Is just the first strikeout for Skeeters pitching since the 2nd inning. Eleventh's had 2, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. First K for Reed. 2 down, none on for the switch hitting Ruben Gotay. Some former big leaguers going at it. Reed spent part of 2 years with the Tigers. Gotay comes in 171, no home runs and no RBIs. The switch hitter batting here from the left side against Skeeters right-hander Evan Reed. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Ducks, no runs on 3 hits for the Skeeters. First pitch swung and hit down the right field line. It's going to fall in for a base hit, possibly more. Benson gets to it in a hurry. It'll be a long single there for Gotay.
Yeah, the first base coach down there for Long Island was initially signaling that Gotay should try and go for second base, but then he quickly told him to hold up there. Benson, very quick in right field, was able to get to that soft bloop single.
Didn't get around on it very well, but just put it in the right spot. We'll bring in Jordan Pacheco, the catcher. Pacheco has flied out to right, rounded out the 30s, 0 for 2. Mentioned Reed was big leaguer, drafted originally by the Rangers. Was in the 3rd round. 2007, got to the big leagues, as I mentioned, with the Tigers. Went 0-2 with a 4.20 ERA in 48 career games. First pitch here to Pacheco. This one in the dirt, smothered by Rodriguez. 1-0. Manager for the Lincoln Salt Dogs, 3-4, 195 ERA. Now blowing in from right center. Will carry out towards left. The 1-0 here from the Skeeters right-hander. They set up outside here. Reed fires home, and this one a half swing by Pacheco, but clearly went around. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Series tied at 3 games apiece in this best of 7. Yeah, Reed comes inside with a fastball here. The 1-1. There's one a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count.
Yeah, Pacheco didn't like that one. He had held his head up.
A little bit low and in, I thought.
Yeah, same.
Pacheco literally bit his lip afterwards. They set him outside. The 1-2 by the Skeeters righty. This one in the dirt. Had to get Pacheco to chase, but he would not. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
What just happened?
Don't know.
I think either the umpire or the catcher threw a ball towards Josh Prince at second base. I don't know if he was trying to get it back to the pitcher or where that ball came from. In fact, Josh Prince was confused, saying, "Why did I get a baseball?"
Reed always kind of winds that arm like a clock over his head. The 2-2 coming here to Pacheco. Reed fires, and this one swung on, popped up right side. Scott gives it a quick look, but that went back into the seats. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-0 Ducks here in the top half of the 7th inning. What does do to your psyche as a team? The Skeeters really got hit hard by the Ducks in the first 3 games. We mentioned the consecutive shutout innings by the Skeeters in these last 3 games, and then what if you get shut out here tonight?
Yeah, that's got to be crippling, especially going out on this 10-game road trip that you have to finish out the first half of the year.
The 2-2. This one just misses inside. Reed thought he had strike 3. Looks like it might be a give-back pitch there. I'll run the count full 3-2, so that means go tie will be taking off at first. Reed comes back with the same pitch. He knows he won't get that same call twice. The 3-2 swung and a missed strike 3 as Pacheco chases the ball outside, fouls it into the mitt, and that'll do it. But a leadoff home run by Lou Ford makes it a 2-0. 7th inning stretch time. Get your peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I do care if you never come back. Skeeters down 2, back in a moment.
Thanks, Shane. All right, Skeeters fans, ready to close out this homestand with a great 7th inning stretch. Come on, like community, you guys ready? All right, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back, so just root for the Skeeters. If they don't win, it's a shame. Say it with me for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's go, Skeeters!
Constellation Field and Dick's Sporting Goods will host National Pro Fast Pitch Softball Camps on July 20th and 21st from 9 to 1 for just $65 for campers age 8 to 13. They'll get coaching tips from professional softball players along with many other prizes. Let's join us for 3 National Pro Fast Pitch Softball games, first on 7:05 on July 20th, then a doubleheader on the 21st at 3:30 and 7:05. For more information, log on to SugarlandSkeeters.com. First pitch here by Brownell is hammered into left field for a base hit by Brian Pounds. As that stroke slowly keeps coming around, a line drive out, a bullet to left field his first time up, fouled out last time up. It's a line drive here for a base hit. 1 on and none out for Wilfredo Rodriguez. Skeeters are trailing 2-0. That is just their 3rd hit of the night here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, on their first base hit since last inning when Kevin Ahrens had that one-out triple, but was unable to come home. The next two guys, Anthony Jansanti and Travis Scott, both popped and fouled ground to the first baseman.
Well, in steps Rodriguez after grounding out to the pitcher, lined a bullet to the right field, but was robbed by right fielder Alex Berg in a diving play to his right and right center. First pitch, an off-speed pitch for a strike. Matches the heart of the zone. 0-1 the count. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Ducks. No runs on 4 hits for the Skeeters. Brownell looks in for the sign. They will send him outside here. And the 0-1 by the righty. This one is high. Now 1 ball in, 1 strike the count here to Rodriguez. Look at the pitch count here on Brownell. Still has some left in the tank. Comes into this inning, 75 pitches. 1-1 the count here on Rodriguez. 1 on, none out. Big hole on that right side. Rodriguez goes the other way very well as this fastball backs Rodriguez off the plate, but he's heading the count 2-1. Brownell taking a little more time between pitches now as he closes in on 80. So last time out, over 100 pitches again. This one, a fastball misses a little low and away. 3-1. Actually, last time out, 105 pitches. 64 for strikes. Out of the last 6, all over 100 pitches. One in between 97, so really right around 100. Time he has thrown less than 97 pitches as his first 2 starts. Back to the mound. Brownell joggles it, and there's no play at second. We'll have to throw it to first, so acts kind of as a sack, but going to second is Pounds on the 1-3 putout. 1 out, 1 on for Hector Oliveira.
Yeah, Pounds ran with the pitch, and that took away the double play there, so it was a productive out. Not as successful of a hit and run as you want, but you do get Pounds into scoring position with 1 away, and a hot hitter up to the plate.
A 9-game hitting streak for Hector Oliveira, who steps in here. A righty-righty matchup here for Brownell. First pitch to Oliveira. This one's swung and tagged into left center field. Going back is Lentini, has a beat on it. Retreating to second is Pounds. Thinks about tagging but holds on. Oliveira hit that one on the nose, and I think Oliveira, even despite the 9-game hitting streak, I think there is a lot more to come from him. Joe Benson, in his first game since coming off the DL, is 0 for 2. He flied it to center and struck out last time up. Get that quality outfield play by Benson. Well, Benson and the Skeeters' Anthony Jansanti tied for second in the league in triples with 3. Benson comes in at 214 with a home run and 10 RBIs. Open stance from the right side for Joe. Overhand curveball right over the heart of the zone for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count. 2-0 the Ducks lead here in the bottom of the 7th. I said he could cut it to 1 in each of the next 2 innings. With a walk-off win, 3-2. The 0-1. This one a fastball that misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Brownell taking a lot more time now as his pitch count continues to climb. This one is grounded to short. Long throw by Aarons, and that will do it. 6-3 on the putout. Now the leadoff hit goes to waste as Brownell retires the next 3 in order. We are through 7 innings of play. It is still the Ducks 2 and the Skeeters nothing.
Jessica down on the first base side with all the details. All right, Jessica, it's all you.
Thanks, Shane. Yes, I've got lots of money to give away. I have $600 in my hand to a lucky season ticket holder out there. Let's see if we can get a winner tonight. Let's see which section. I'm gonna head this way. Not gonna hit by the let's see. I'm gonna go this way. Over section. Sorry, section 8. I'm going to section 7 tonight. I like it. I like the noise. All right, let's see. I'm going to row D, C, number 5. You're in the seat. Do we have the ticket for that seat? No. She's shaking her head no. $650 when we come back. We're going to send it back up to you, Shane.
Skeeters will go to their third pitcher of the night, down 2-0 to the Long Island Ducks as we enter the top of the 8th inning. It is the right-hander Trey Haley coming on. Haley will appear for the 24th time this season for the Skeeters, 1-0 with a 2.78 ERA, 22 2/3 innings pitched, 22 hits, 7 runs, 19 walks, 18 strikeouts, and batting .268 against the right-hander Haley, who comes on for Evan Reed. Gave up a leadoff home run, did Reed, in the top of the 7th. All in all, he pitched a full inning in the 7th, 1 run on 2 hits, no walks, and 2 strikeouts.
The Nacogdoches, Texas native will take over here with the Skeeters trailing 2-0. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Ducks, no runs on 4 hits for the Skeeters. We'll have 2 more cracks at it. It'll be 8-9-1 here for the Ducks. Dan Lyons, Zach Goldstein, and back to the top of the order with Baylot Lantini. We'll have to get the bats moving, but first Haley will have to set down the Ducks. A little duck hunting, if you will. You play that duck hunter game, the old duck hunter game?
I did.
I like that game.
I
Simple but fun.
I take it you didn't watch Duck Dynasty at all.
Didn't it? Well, in steps Dan Lyons, the shortstop 0 for 2. He is grounded at the short and flied out to left. The Ducks had a dynasty of their own. They won 3 titles in the Atlantic League, including crack-to-crack titles, as they called it. Yeah, I didn't call that one. It was the Ducks' motto that season after they won it.
Thought you could go the whole series without mentioning that.
Sorry, had to be done.
Couldn't do it.
First pitch, a ball, 1-0 the count. 243 for Lions, a home run and 10 RBIs. The 1-0. This one is down low. 2 balls and no strikes to count.
Well, the one thing that Haley has had trouble with is the walks. 19 walks to 18 strikeouts this year, and has had some trouble finding the zone, even though he's been pitching pretty effectively with that ERA under 3.
How good he could be if he could cut down the walk total. Fastball for a strike down the middle. 91 on the gun for Haley. 2 balls and a strike. Playing 7th season with the Ducks. 2015 Rawling Gold Glove winner as Defensive Player of the Year and MVP of the 2012 Atlantic League Championship. The back-to-back titles I was talking about. Lions a former 14th round pick of the Nationals in 2007. 4 years in the Nat system. He spins the ball behind his back. He'll kick and throw, and this one is hit in the air to left field but playable. Oliver is there in left center, and he'll bring it down for out number 1. Line it to left is the first out. Zach Goldstein will step in. He has singled and grounded at the short. He's 1 for 2. Skeeters trailing 2-0 here to the Ducks in the top half of the 8th. Goldstein 125, no home runs and 1 RBI. A right-hander hitting third baseman will step in here. A little bit of a crouch. He stands to the right side of the rubber. wonder if that affects his throwing and his accuracy.
Certainly affects where locationally he is placing the baseball. Setting up on that first base side of the rubber.
Wanted to ground it to first, just a little cue shot. Mascot has it, he'll step on the back for the second out. So 2 down, none on so far. Haley impressive as we go back to the top of the order. Bail Lentini different in this game. After 2 out in the 6th and a scoreless game, he homered to give the Ducks a 1-0 lead, and then to lead off the following inning in the 7th, Lou Ford homered. Ethan Werner must be chaotic back there trying to put all those highlights together. But a fine producer. Lentini, the scoreboard they have him as one of the Mario Brothers for some reason. Is it
Luigi.
Mario Brothers night? Oh, Luigi. I was way off.
No, you weren't. You were. That's one of his brothers. Interesting that they decided to put Luigi on there instead of Mario. Not sure what the thought process was as to which Mario brother to include on the scoreboard.
Well, why a Mario Brothers? Not like it's video game night or anything. We've had that here before.
Maybe the Italian connection.
You know, Lentini's Italian. Righty-righty matchup here. This one way high and outside, 92 miles an hour. Alfredo Rodriguez had to get up and snag that to his right. I don't know how it didn't take his arm off. The 1-2 here by Haley. This one in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A 2-0 lead here for the Ducks in the top half of the 8th. Haley gets a sign here from Rodriguez. If they go outside again here, it looks like they will. This one's swollen and chopped foul. That one missed the target, came inside, and Lentini hammered it down the third base line. Fang gobbled that one up. If you have that last seed in the first row on either side, you could just break love all day.
Yeah, you can pick them.
Caught a ball in the crowd as a fan at a major league game?
Not. My
close
grandfather
calls.
has.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been showing up by Grandpa? Young man reflexes, and
he-
the old guy beat you.
He did it when he was, around 50, 60 years my senior.
Full count here on Lentini. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and none on. Payoff pitch by the right-hander. Swollen and drilled down the left side. That's a fair ball. This one's going to rattle around in the corner. They'll have to hurry to keep Lentini at 2, and they do. Lentini a home run last time up, a double here. He's 2 for 4. So a runner down at second with 2 outs for Elmer Reyes. Reyes has lined to center, fouled out to third, and lined out to left.
Are you about to say Elmer Fudd?
No. Might as well. We got Luigi up there.
Yeah.
Your favorite cartoon character growing up?
Oh man. Well, I was into the Pokemon, probably Pikachu.
Can't peek at me.
Sure I can.
No balls and 1 strike to count. Really? That's the best you could do? Pokemon?
Again, you're putting me on the spot here. I'm like
You're
Lance
choking like
Sawatsky.
Sawatsky.
I'm trying to scramble here,
You guys are
going
not
into
good
my
in the clutch.
Rolodex of cartoon characters.
You can go through the basics even. Bugs Bunny and Superman,
All
Batman.
right, man.
Uh-oh. That was a relatively easy question. Even current cartoons, I mean, Family Guy, Simpsons, American Every. You're not into that
Oh, so
stuff,
you're
are you?
going to include the current
Everybody,
cartoons.
if you want. I mean, I was going to try to go when you were a kid to make it a little
Yeah,
easier,
of
but
course,
apparently
when I
that was
a kid, I
tougher.
wasn't,
The 0-2. Swallowed and missed strike 3, so I'll give you at least 90 more seconds to think about it. I'm going to let you off the hook like Zawadzki. How to do it here in the top of the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Skeeters down 2-0. We'll see if they can put a run on the board when we get back.
Yes, tonight we're taking Dizzy Bat up a notch with adding tic-tac-toe to it. My friends over here got bats in their hands. They're going to put their head on the bat, spin around 5 times nice and fast with Dizzy. Grab your letter, run to the board, come back and tag your teammate. The goal is tic-tac-toe. You guys ready? Set, spin. Boys are going super fast over there. Go ahead, grab your letter, run to the board. Oh, it's a close one. Two letters on the board. Who's going to be the next one to go? All right, 2 for X. Oh, we had a chance to block, but we didn't. Who's going to get the win? Both going for the same spot. It's going to be Team O. Congratulations, Scott and Chris. You are the winner of the Dizzy Bat Tic-Tac-Toe, brought to you by the Kolache Factory. Back up to you, Shane.
Check out the entire menu selection at KolacheFactory.com. And leading up for your Sugar Lee Skeeters, designated here number 6, Derek Miller.
We move to the bottom of the 8th. Starter for the Ducks, John Brownell, still on the hill. Skeeters are trailing 2-0. Derek Miller to lead it off. Then back to the top of there with Josh Prince and Kevin Aarons. This pitch is down the middle for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count here on Miller. Derek has struck out and fouled out. He's 0 for 2. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Ducks. No runs on 4 for the Skeeters. From a lack of hitting for Sugar Land, just John Brownell has been that good tonight. 83 pitches now for Brownell. 50 for strikes. 1-1 here on Miller. They will set up outside and the 1-1 from Brownell. Big overhand hook, and what a break on that curveball. Catches close to the outside portion of the plate for a strike. 1-2.
I don't think there's a single Skeeters hitter that's been able to pick that up tonight.
I mean, that's about Uncle Charlie, and that's Lord Charles. They set up outside the 1-2. It's one high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Miller, a good eye, steps back in. The right-hander hitting DH for Sugar Land tonight. The 2-2 here from the right-hander Brunel. This one a check swing, but fouls it back to the screen, and Pokemon type fashion comes back out to home plate. Not letting you off the hook here.
Okay, you know what? I just remembered it.
Giving you an extra 2 minutes.
It is SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob, all right.
That was the one. As I go back into my childhood days, that was the one cartoon that was always on television.
Still is.
Yeah.
The 2-2. This one's swung and missed strike 3. That is out number 1 here. Can you recite the whole SpongeBob SquarePants theme? They play it at ballparks all the time.
Oh, sure I can.
Would you like to demonstrate
It's
it
not
for us?
going to go on air, but you know.
Getting up here singing the stretch every night. Can't even go Pokemon for me?
Yeah, you don't do that on air. You just do that in front of
I used to do it on air.
here
When we were on TV, it was on air. For 3 years.
I wasn't here for that.
Doesn't mean it doesn't count. On a strike here to Prince. Balls and 1 strike to count. Prince so far tonight has walked flattest to left and grounded at the 3rd. The 0-1. Another big overhand curveball by Brownell. He really is the Jamie Moyer of the Atlantic League. No balls and 2 strikes. Really doesn't throw other than 84 to 86. Keeps you off balance all night. Great assortment of breaking pitches. I'll throw it in any count too. The 0-2 down low, 1-2. Next pitch by Brownell will be pitch number 90. The 1-2. This one high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Skeeters trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the 8th. In a wild series, the Ducks took the first 3 games. Skeeters took the last 3 games. Now, as they say, the rubber match. The decider. This one is chopped to the left side, backhanded by Lyons. Strong and pulls Go Tai off the bag before Prince gets there. The Prince has a little fun with Go Tai going back and forth. Go Tai finally puts the tag on it for out number 2. Zalonsky said he was a fun roommate.
Yeah, a little bit of a shuffle step. Right back and then forward, then back and forward.
1 step off the cha-cha.
Texas 2-step.
Electric slide maybe. Well, 2 outs, none off for Kevin Aarons. He has flied to center, grounded at the short, and tripled last time up. One of Skeeters' 4 hits. First pitch here by Brownell, who now has 92 pitches. One grounded to third. Goldstein has it. This toss low and scooped out by Go Tai. A heck of a scoop at first, and that'll do it. A minimum of pitches, and Brownell might have a shot at completing this one. We are through 8, and it's still the Ducks 2 and the Skeeters nothing.
Yes, I'm down here with Maggie. She's ready to take on the Texas Matchmaker stolen base race. All right, Maggie, you see that base all the way out there on the right field? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to go down and steal it and bring it back to me. You ready? Let's put the countdown up on the board, please. 3, 2, 1, go! And she is off, moving nice and fast. Keep going, Maggie. Oh, you can cheer louder than that. Make some noise for her. She's got the base. Bring it back. Keep going. About 10 seconds. You can do it. Awesome. With time to spare. Congratulations, Maggie. You're going to be the winner of the stolen base race brought to you by Texas Mattress Makers. Back up to you, Shane.
All right, thanks a lot, Jessica. All right, fans, get back to health. Get back to sleep with some great mattresses brought to you by Texas Mattress Makers. Hey, they've got the All-American Factory Sale going on right now. Save 25% off the entire showroom. Made in the USA. Texas Mattress Makers. Get all the details. Texas Mattress Makers.com. And it's called Full Pin. It's brought to you by Texas Right Auto. Texas Right Auto offering all line services and now offering insurance and service vehicles. All while maintaining their status as the world's largest independent car dealership.
Sean Gleason takes over. 4th pitcher of the game for the Skeeters. And Gleason, who has moved back to the bullpen, he has spent some time in the starting rotation as well. Overall on the season, Gleason has pitched in 16 games, has a 1-6 record, a 7.71 ERA, 35 innings pitched, 50 hits, 34 runs, 14 walks, 15 strikeouts for Gleason.
Gleason last time out made a start. He went 3 innings. That was against New Britain. 4 runs, all earned, 6 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. It was in a 6-4 loss on June 22nd. First pitch here is high, 1-0. Lou Ford homered his last time up. He's 1 for 3. He's also fouled out and flied out. Ford 269 coming in now. 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. This one hammered to deep right center field. Going back is Benson. He has a beat on it, and he'll bring it down in front of the warning track. I thought one might carry a little further, but that wind really blowing in hard from left center here for the first out. The 1 out, none on for Mark Krause. Krause has grounded at the short, popped out to second, and fouled out to third. Krause came in 263 with 7 home runs and 31 RBIs. So in steps the left-handed hitting left fielder. Krause steps in against Gleason. And Gleason will keep this game at 2-0. There's a chance for a walk-off in the ninth. First pitch a strike, 0-1 the count. 2 runs on 5 hits for Long Island, no runs on 4 hits for the Skeeters. This one misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. None on here in the top of the ninth. This one a little number foul, just up the first baseline. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Skeeters will head to York tomorrow, part of a 10-game road trip. They will return here on July 14th. It'll be a 6-game homestand, all against the Barnstormers. A shot at winning the first half. Come back as defending or first half winners. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. You like in that race, Southern Maryland, Lancaster. You've seen both of them.
Yeah.
This one fouled off. Your betting man, who you betting on to win that horse?
Southern Maryland looked really hot when the Skeeters played them here in Constellation Field. I think their pitching holds up in the end to stave off those Lancaster Barnstormers.
They've lost Galen and Hobson down the stretch, so it's not going to be easy hitting-wise. One misses. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Mark Krause, former big leaguer, spent some time here with the Astros in 2013 and 2014. Also 2015 with the Angels, Rays, and Tigers. Ground ball towards second, diving stop to his right by Prince, throws it to first, a 1-hopper, and a great play by Scott at first. 2 terrific plays there to get out number 2.
Yeah, that was tough for Prince. Not only was he diving to his right, but I don't think he threw that the way that he really wanted to. He didn't get up to his plant leg there to get a really strong throw over to first, but it was still there in time, and Scott with a nice stretch play to field that on a couple of hops.
So 2 outs, none on by Alex Berg, who has struck out twice, and between flat out to right. This pitch here misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0. This one is sky to right center field. Long run by Jansanti. Will he catch up to it? Yes. Man, did he cover some ground out there. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down inning for Gleason. Last chance for the Skeeters when we get back. Bottom of the ninth, they're down at 2. They need 2 to tie, 3 to win. We'll see if they can come back when we come back in just a moment.
Well, John Brownell will not get the chance to finish off the complete game shutout as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning with the Ducks up 2-0 on the Skeeters. But Brownell still a very, very nice night on the hill. 8 scoreless innings, allowing just 4 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. And he'll be relieved by the Long Island closer Amalio Diaz, who has 3 saves this year, including 1 in this 7-game series here in Sugar Land. Diaz is having himself quite a year. This will be his 27th appearance. He has a 1-0 record and a microscopic 0.69 ERA. 26 innings pitched, 17 hits, just 3 runs allowed, 2 of them earned, 12 walks, and 29 strikeouts for Diaz.
Diaz is 30 years old and a Venezuelan native. Number 38, 6'2" hen from Chandler, Arizona. The same place that Zach Zenicola is from. This guy has never made it to the big leagues, but has a decent amount of AAA time. And spent time last year here with the Ducks after playing winter ball in Venezuela in his home country. Last year for the Ducks, 5-2, an impressive 2.09 ERA. Saved 5 on the season, 52 appearances. Overall in his career, 54 and 65 with an even 4 ERA and 64 career saves. Anthony Jansanti would try to get it going here for the Skeeters. Sugar Land is down 2-0 here in the bottom of the 9th. Amelio Diaz will step to the hill here. Skeeters only being out hit by the Ducks 5-4, but down 2-0. First pitch by the right-hander. Fastball down low, 1-0. Diaz was never drafted, but was signed by the Angels, where he spent his entire career from 2005 through 2012, then into the Dodgers for a short period of time. This one swung on, popped up behind the plate. I don't think Pacheco will have a play near this screen. Maybe he will, and he will. He bring it down for out number 1.
Yeah, the fans in front of us were expecting to get a play at that one, but instead it stayed in the field of play, which is a bit surprising since the wind is coming in from center field. But Pacheco with enough room there to make the out.
Skeeters are down 2-0, down to their final 2 outs here. They'll bring in Travis Scott. Scott's 1 for 3. He has single flied to center and fouled out to the first baseman. Ruben Gotay. Scott came in 247 home runs and 36 RBIs. They're going to set up outside. The right-hander Diaz kicks, deals, and the fastball misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Diaz looks in for the side from Pacheco. Set up away again. The 1-0. This one swung a hit to the right side. Slow roll it to the second baseman, Reyes. And he'll throw to first, and the Skeeters down to their final out here. 2 outs, none on. I'm gonna bring in Brian Pounds, who has scolded one to left field for an out, fouled out, and hit a bullet for a base hit to left field last time up for a base hit. So he's 1 for 3. Nice chance to keep it going. See if Pounds can come through here. Only down 2-0. Loop on the blast ties it here. With Fredo Rodriguez, the hottest hitter in the league, is on deck. We're getting close to drilling one, maybe out of here. They set up outside. This pitch to Pounds, high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Diaz looks in, pitching from the stretch with nobody on. The 1-0 to Pounds. Fastball catches the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Diaz not a particularly hard thrower. 4,544 here tonight. This one swung and hit deep to left. May have predicted it. This one is going to be off the base of the wall. Krause picks it up quickly, and it's going to be close at second, but Pounds in there with a 2-out stand-up double. Just missed a home run. Now both teams with 5 hits apiece, and the tying run comes to the plate of Wilfredo Rodriguez. One thing about this Skeeters team, even during the 6-game losing streak, this team never gives up. And now the catcher Pacheco is going to come out and speak to his pitcher, Leo Diaz. Let's see if Rodriguez can keep it going or perhaps tie it with a long ball. Rodriguez has grounded back to the pitcher, was robbed on a great play by the right fielder Berg, and then grounded back to the pitcher last time up as well. Play set up outside here on the first pitch to Wilfredo. This one way outside, goes to the backstop, comes right back to the catcher, but still getting in there easily, standing up to third is Pounds. Pounds isn't really the run that matters, it's Rodriguez at the plate. Even if Pounds scores, it is trailed 2-1 here. Fans starting to come alive here. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Ducks, and no runs on 5 hits for the Skeeters. Skeeters trying to avoid being shut out here and having a chance to win it still. Has been shut out 5 times this year. 3 and 5 in shutout games. And 2 of them in the last 2 nights by the Skeeters. The 1-0 in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Hector Olivero has a 9-game hitting streak on deck should Rodriguez reach. Should Gary Getty want a pinch hit for any of the number 8 and 9 hitters, he does have the switch hitting number Cordero on the bench. The 2-0, one outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Got to take one if you're here, if you're Rodriguez. You could get a big fat pitch on 3 and 1. The 3-0 here by Diaz. This one is a strike on the outside corner, 3 and 1. Diaz has to be careful here. If he puts it anywhere near the plate, Rodriguez could tie this one with 1 swing at the bat. Rodriguez had a career high 7 home runs last year and has 2 this season. Just 23 years old. 3-1. This one low, ball 4, and now the winning run comes to the plate in Hector Olivero. Now Kevin Baez, the manager for the Ducks, will try out to speak to his pitcher. No action in the Ducks bullpen. He will keep Diaz in here. Just a quick chat. Oh, we have a moment to remind you that insurance runs brought to you by our good friends at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Texas Farm Bureau members get free tickets to Skeeters games on Sundays. Just show proof of your current membership at the Skeeters ticket office, and you can get 2 free tickets to any Sunday home game. Visit your local agent to become a Texas Farm Bureau member today. Olivero will make his way to the plate. He has singled, fouled out, and lined a bullet to center his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Let's see if Olivero can take one out of there. He has 1 home run as a member of the Skeeters. Second home run would win it here in the bottom of the 9th. Tying runs on, the winning run at the plate. It is 2-0 Ducks here in the bottom of the 9th. This one low and away, ball 1. That is now 5 straight balls by Diaz. Diaz a long look in here. The 1-0, this one swung and fouled deep down the right side. Olivero just missed getting around on that one. A 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Hector. One ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 on. Skeeters trailing by 2-0 here in the bottom of the ninth. Try for a rally and a walk-off win. The 1-1. Swan and foul back into my right, 1-2, and the Skeeters down to their final strike here. But I gotta tell you, Oliveira's getting very close here. Oliveira has that ring guard that into the swing went back behind the catcher. If you're wondering what that is, it's kind of a rubber guard that goes around your thumb and keeps the vibration of the bat. I mean, everybody thinks these guys are pros, and they are, but it still hurts if you hit the ball wrong. And that kind of cushions it. The 1-2 here to Oliveira. Swan a hit to the right side and through for a base hit. Scoring easily from third is Pounds, and now it's a 1-run game, 2-1, and the tying run down at second in Rodriguez. Great piece of hitting by Oliveira. Went the other way, poked it through the right side. Now Joe Benson can tie it up here with the base hit. After 2 were out, 3 straight hits, a double by Pounds, who just scored. Rodriguez with a single, Oliveira with an RBI single. Benson 0 for 3 tonight. He has flied out, struck out, and grounded out. Look at the numbers on Oliveira. He has never stolen a base in his career. It's going to take a long double to score the winning run. This one fouled deep down the right side. No balls and 1 strike to count. Diaz, 17 pitches here in the ninth. 9 for strikes, 8 for balls. Benson with a chance to be a hero here in his first game off the DL. Diaz from the stretch. He'll look at second. A double take, kick, and deal home. Swan a hit to the left side, through for a base hit. They're going to wave around Rodriguez. Here comes the throw from left field, and it's going to be offline, and the Skeeters have tied it at 2 here in the bottom of the ninth. A winning run is down at third base. That'll bring up Derek Miller to the plate. So 90 feet away, a wild pitch, a pass ball, a base hit here from Miller, and the Skeeters are victorious. They hadn't scored for 8 innings. They trailed 2-0 coming into the bottom of the ninth and have tied it at 2. Give Oliveira credit, going all the way from first to third on a base hit to left. First pitch here from Diaz. This one low and away, ball 1-1-0. Skeeters now with a chance for their 4th straight victory after dropping the first 3 games of this series. This has been like a playoff series. The 1-0, there goes Benson Swan and missed. And Benson sneaks into second on a defensive indifferent, but his run is irrelevant, just takes the force away. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Miller. Diaz from the stretch. They'll set up outside, the 1-1. This one low and away, and almost gets away from Pacheco. 2 balls and a strike. 20 pitches from Diaz here in the ninth, 11 for strikes, 9 for balls. I feel when you get that closer to that 25 pitch mark, 25 to 30, you have them right where you want them. And it's not going to take 20 to decide this one, or 25 anyway. The 2-1 swung on and popped out. Right side is the second baseman Reyes. And we will go to extra innings. But the Skeeters with 2 here in the bottom of the 9th have tied it. Top of the 10th when we get back. We're all knotted at 2.
That is all. Bullpen is brought to you by Texas Truck Donald, Texas Truck, the world's largest independent car dealership. Check out their inventory live in person at 159 Airport over in Stanford. You can check it out 347-365. Texas Truck Donald. Now featuring 4-course Skeeters.
Somehow we're in the top of the 10th inning as the Skeeters will go back to the bullpen. Manny Corpus will take over, and Corpus in limited time with this Sugar Land Skeeters squad has compiled an 0-0 record in 5 games, a 3.18 ERA and 5 2/3 innings pitched. Overall on the season, he is 1-0 with a 5.02 ERA. This is his 18th overall appearance in the Atlantic League.
Corpus will start up against Ruben Go-Tai. 2 former big leaguers going at it here to start. First pitch is low, 1-0. Go-Tai, Jordan Pacheco, Dan Lyons. 6, 7, and 8 here for the Ducks. Skeeters went into that bottom of the 9th inning with just 3 hits on the evening. Get 4 in the bottom of the 9th to tie it at 2-2, and that's where we are here, top of the 10th inning. Tied at 2 apiece. 1-1 here to Go-Tai. The 1-1 from the right-hander. Swung and fouled off to the left side. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Two runs on, 5 hits for the Ducks, 2 runs on, 7 for the Skeeters. The 1-2 here from the right-hander. This one, a fastball misses inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Corpus gets a sign here from Rodriguez. All set up inside. The 2-2. Swung and crushed, foul down the right side, and that may have hit somebody. See, Corpus wins. A couple of hard hit balls here today.
Yeah, both to that side of the field.
See anybody? Any pain of any sort. Looks like everybody's okay down there. The 2-2. Swung and hit hard again down the right side. This one stays in the field to play. Into the corner. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. What are we waiting for here?
Corpus motion for Wilfredo to come to the mound. I guess they're going to talk signs here.
Maybe on the same page. I don't think there's anybody on base here.
Maybe they aren't. Maybe they're charging one. Maybe they're charging a mound visit. I'm not sure.
No indication of the home plate umpire. Skeeters, by the way, in extra innings this year, are 2 and 3. And the Ducks are 1 and 4. Excuse me, Ducks are 1 and 3. One misses, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That one was really close. Corpus wanted that call. That breaking pitch looked like it caught the inner edge or the outer edge.
Oh, full count here on Ruben Gotay. Corpus a deep breath. Long look in here by the former big league closer. Payoff pitch is down low, ball 4, and Gotay with a leadoff walk here. Oh, he's dangerous, especially in extra innings. That's the first walk of the night for Skeeters pitching.
Comes at almost the very worst time. You do not want to walk the leadoff guy as the first man coming in, and looks like Gotay will get off the base pads here, and in comes a pinch runner. Looks like that's Anthony Vega.
Vega with plenty of speed. I've seen him as a pinch runner before in this series. Kevin Baez, what is he talking to the home plate umpire about? His man just walked. He was talking about that should have been charged as a visit to the mound.
No, they're telling him about the pinch runner, making sure that the home plate umpire puts it in his little lineup card.
And that walk to Gotay was the first walk of the game since Josh Prince walked in the first batter for the Skeeters. Only 2 walks in the game, 1 for each side. First batter and the last batter. Jordan Pacheco will step in here. He's 0 for 3. He has flatted to right. He has grounded at the 3rd and struck out. Now you have to keep an eye on Vega. And quickly already a throw over to first there by Corpus. Vega lengthens his lead at first. First pitch here, square to bunt. Was Pacheco, kind of surprised there. Vega on the season has stolen, let's see here, 5 in 7 attempts. 0-1 the count here on Pacheco. Another throw to first by Corpus. 2 runs on 7 hits for the Skeeters, 2 runs on 5 for the Ducks. A very clean game. No errors on either side. Mentioned only 1 walk apiece by both sides. It's got home runs in the 6th and 7th. Home runs by Ventini and Ford. Skeeters got 2 in the 9th. There's a big strike, too. 0-2 now the count of Pacheco, so the sacrifice bunt off the table. Corpus, not what you would call a fast worker here. Now he's ready, still looks over his left shoulder at Vega. Pitch out here. I don't think he'd go here on 0-2 with nobody out. Skeeters sensing something was up. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Pacheco. The 1-2. There goes Vega. This one hit to the left side. Foul. And it would have been a lucky break. He got a huge jump.
He sure did. And I think the pitch out allowed him to feel a little bit more comfortable about running with nobody out. I think a 1-2 count is probably better than 0-2. Especially for the hit and run, you might get something a little more hittable than you would on an 0-2 pitch.
Can't remains 1-2 here on Pacheco. Another throw to first by Corpus. The throw there after he went on the last pitch. Corpus is ready now. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. As Corpus kind of goes down in a squatting motion and pumps his fist. It's a big out, number 1.
Sure is, and it was a big pitch there. Nice sweeping slider, and Pacheco fooled once again. He strikes out for the second time in this game. And that was one that was really needed. Now you can induce an inning-ending double play. Put that in the cards, and certainly going to make Vega seem a lot more anxious over there at first base as well.
Momentum clearly on the Skeeters side here. And stops the Rochester, Minnesota native, Dan Lyons. First pitcher a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Into the University of Minnesota and was recruited here. The Ducks by Lou Ford. The 14th round pick of the Nationals in 2007. He's been with the Ducks since 2011. The 0-1 here from Manny Corpus. This one is low and away, a sweeping slider as Rodriguez had a shift to his right. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Tied at 2 here in the top of the 10th. Mentioned Lions won that Defensive Player of the Year award here in the Atlantic League, the 1 Gold Glove that Rowland gives out to the entire league. But he had a great year at the plate that year. He had 301, a career high 11 home runs, and career high 73 RBIs. 1-1 to count here to number 1-2, Dan Lyons. Lyons went to Iowa Central Community College before transferring to Minnesota. In his second year, he hit .438 with 13 home runs, 48 RBIs in 60 games. Check swing down low. There was no doubt at the end of the year if he would hit 400. He had it by plenty at .438.
That's got to be a nice feeling.
Didn't it? Yeah, go 0 for 5.
Yeah, why not? I can still hit over 400. I can coast.
The 2-1. There's one, a strike on the outside corner, 2-2. It's been 6 seasons, or I shouldn't say 6 different levels. He spent 3 seasons in the national system. The place he played in the New York Penn League was the Vermont Lake Monsters. One swung and missed, strike 3. So Corpus, after the leadoff walk, they struck to the next 2. And I bring that up because they play at Centennial Field, really a ton of history, over 100 years old, hence the Centennial. And everybody from Negro League players to Ken Griffey Jr. played there. It was a pretty impressive park history-wise. Oh, 2 outs, none on. Zach Goldstein steps in. Got a pinch hitter here.
Angelo Sanko.
Sanko might be heading to the All-Star game. Comes off the bench here. Goldstein was 1 for 3. And more importantly, to get a lefty against the right-handed Corpus. Throw to first. I have to think that at some point Vega's going to take off here. When base hit, we'll get the go-ahead run in.
Yeah, Corpus had to make sure that he kept Vega over there at first with that pickoff move. Yes, it is a lefty against a righty matchup, but Sanko has not been hitting very well lately.
This one hit into left field. That's a base hit. Around second, a big turn, and now it's bobbled by Oliveira. And going to third is Vega. Now first and third with 2 outs as the go-ahead run is 90 feet away for Phelan Lentini as we go back to the top of the order. It's got to be an E7 to allow him to go to third.
Yeah, I would imagine so. And Sanko before that was 0 for his last 17 at-bats. not having a great series, but that's a very timely one right there.
Runners on the corners with 2 down in a 2-2 game.
E7.
Yep. Oh, the always difficult Phelan Lantini, who's homered and doubled in his last 2 trips to the plate. He's also struck out and flatted. He's 2 for 4. Home run just the second of the year for Phelan. Steps out before the first pitch even gets to him. And this Corpus sticking quite a while out there. And squaring to bunt here. Were they going to put a suicide squeeze on there?
Well, it wasn't a suicide squeeze there. And if that was the case, then Vega would be halfway between third and home.
A safety squeeze. A 1 ball and no strikes to count here. A tricky inning for Corpus, a leadoff walk, and 2 straight strikeouts. Now first and third with 2 down. The 1-0 swung and missed, 1-1. Lantini chased a low sweeping slider. Lantini last year for the Ducks, 313, 9 home runs, 75 RBIs. Also stole 51 bases. The 1-1, swung and missed, 1-2. Corpus 1 strike away from getting out of this and giving the Skeeters another chance for a walk-off win. Lantini, 2,098 career hits now. He also stole 566 bases. The 1-2. Low and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 2-2 your score here in the top of the 10th. He goes back to that sweeping slider. It is a good one. He shakes off the first pitch, and Lantini's had enough. He's going to step out. Lantini steps out again, and they're not giving him timeout, and that would have been strike 3 if it had hit. And here comes Kevin Baez. He's furious. Now Lantini walking down to Baez. Here we go again.
I think they counted that pitch too.
Nobody left. 2-2 will be the count.
Well, if that pitch counted, it would now be 3-2.
Let's see. Yep, umpire indicating 3 balls and 2 strikes. A tough series for this crew. Lantini taking forever to get back into the box here. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, and Corpus and Lantini can just not get on the mound and in the box at the same time. Now everybody seems to be ready. Corpus from the stretch. The payoff pitch to Lantini, swung and hit down the right field line, a hooking foul. And the last time the home plate umpire, Brian Page, got Lantini mad, he delivered a home run. A strange game, been a strange inning, strange series. Corpus now at 25 pitches, and that was the pitch mark I was talking about for a closer. The danger zone. A setup away, payoff pitch by Corpus, outside ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So Corpus walks the first batter, strikes out the next 2 batters, allows a single and now a walk. Elmer Reyes will step in. And this is exactly what you want to avoid. Lou Ford on deck. And here comes Rafi Montalvo, the Skeeters pitching coach. Strange inning here, Andy.
Yeah, very strange. And Manny Corpus has had to throw 26 pitches so far through this top of the 10th. He is getting pretty tired out there, and looks like someone will get up in the Skeeters bullpen pretty soon.
Montalvo just trying to set down Corpus here, settle them down. Just a quick chat here.
Certainly trying to calm everybody down after that strange sequence when Lentini and Corpus couldn't get ready for the pitch at the same time.
Well, Lentini can fuss all he likes and Baez can be mad, but the umpire does not have to grant a batter timeout.
You just got to think back to that basically free pitch that Corpus got. It was a breaking ball that was low and away, and Lentini wasn't even in the box. And you go back to that, and if it was in the strike zone, it would have been strike 3, inning over.
Yes, indeed. Lentini got the benefit of that. Well, in steps Elmer Reyes. He is 0 for 4. First pitch here to Reyes is a strike down the middle, 0-1. Reyes has lined out, fouled out, struck out, and flied out. 2-2 here in the top half of the 10th. At the top of the order for the Skeeters in the bottom of the 10th. They will bat regardless of what the Ducks do here. Kevin Baez clapping at third after the home plate umpire granted timeout to Elmer Reyes. One swung and hit down third. That's a fair ball. Pounds can't hold on to it. A run's going to score. Or did they call it foul? They called it foul.
They did. Wow. Brian Pounds catches a break.
I thought
Kevin Baez can't believe it.
What is he? Oh, here we go. I thought it was fouled initially, and then Pounds juggled it, so I thought he was kind of panicking because he knew the ball was fair. And Baez is now thrown out of the game after he kicks dirt near home plate. And he's going to get his money's worth. Kicks more dirt on the plate. Got nothing to lose now. And now he's asking, why didn't the third base umpire call that? Because it was past third. It was no longer the home plate umpire's call there. And Baez is not going to give up here. Now the third base umpire holding Baez back. That's Mike Durantis. Here he goes, more kicking the dirt. Billy Martin, eat your heart out. And now he's kicking it at the umpire, risking a suspension here. Baez certainly going to get his fill.
Now he's covering up home.
And I think he's finally had enough. 8 or 9 kicks of the dirt. Now he covers home plate. And Baez ejected for the second time in this series. Well, Baez will leave this game, and I have a feeling he's not through because he's got to cut all the way across, and yes, he's going to cross right across home plate because he's got to go all the way down right field to the clubhouse. And here he goes again. You could read his lips, and it started with horse.
And wait, now John Brownell is getting out. They didn't toss John Brownell out from the dugout, did they?
They might have. He's already been out of this game. He was the starter for 8 innings, and Brownell's going to take third base.
Oh, my goodness.
A very upset Long Island team, and he's going to throw it toward shortstop. Brownell sticking up for his manager. A wild affair here in the top half of the 10th inning. Now Brownell's going to take a long walk down right field. Somebody's got to put the base back to third.
Who's going to do it? Nobody's.
Poor Kevin Evans at short says, I'm not going to do it.
I think Brian Pounds will finally be the one to put his base back in its rightful spot.
Brownell and Kevin Baez tossed here. Poor Brian Pounds.
That's the second time this series that Baez has been tossed, and a player that was already taken out of the game and sitting in the dugout for the Long Island Ducks was also tossed.
Wow. Helping Pounds put the base back in is the new Ducks third base coach, and that is their pitching coach, Billy Horn. Corpus throwing the ball to first, throwing it home. He's going to stay loose during this whole fiasco.
Wait, there's a baseball game going on?
Yeah.
No, I had not noticed.
There was a baseball game that started and a fight broke out.
Man. An 0-2 count on Omar Reyes, and Corpus wants to get this inning over.
For Corpus, 28 pitches, 17 for strikes. Bases still loaded, keep in mind. He's not out of the woods yet after all the festivities. I did mention post-game entertainment. I guess the 10th inning is post-game. The promo I've been talking about for a while now. The 0-2. This one low and away, 1-2. The throwing out of the opposing manager and at least one player. All part of the fun here at Constellation Field. Throw an opposing player out night and manager. New Thursday promotion along with Thirsty Thursday.
I'll bring the fans out.
That was in semi-pro. Will Farrell said, first we'll vote, then we'll fight. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike three as it foul tipped into the mid of Rodriguez. And this inning finally, mercifully, comes to an end as Corpus strikes out the side and leaves the bases loaded. Well, if momentum is not on the Skeeters' side now, it never will be. We'll see if the Skeeters can walk it off when we get back in the bottom of the 10th.
Skeeters with another chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 10th inning, and they'll try and do so against the right-hander Rob Rogers, who is the third pitcher of the game for the Ducks, after Amalio Diaz blew the save in the bottom of the 9th inning, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits with 1 walk and no strikeouts. Rogers is appearing for the 4th time in this series. He has thrown in 4 innings in the first 3 games that he's appeared in. Has not allowed a run, only 2 hits, and has added a strikeout this season with the Ducks. Rogers is appearing for the 25th time. He has a 1-0 record, a 2.67 ERA, 1 save on the year, 30 in the 3rd innings pitched, 20 hits, 9 runs, 13 walks, 13 strikeouts.
Go into a fight now. Baseball game broke out, as the late great, I should say, Rodney Dangerfield used to say. 2-2 here in the bottom of the 10th, top of the order. Skeeters can get it done here and walk away with the victory. Here in the bottom of the 10th, it'll be Josh Prince, Kevin Aarons, Anthony Jansanti, 1, 2, and 3 in this inning. Really can be decided with Prince getting on, because if he gets on, he's going to steal. Aarons can get him over. Jansanti in. Let's see if Prince can start it off. This one a little high and tight, 1-0. 2 runs on 7 hits for the Skeeters, 2 runs on 6 hits for the Ducks. Sugar Land has committed 1 error, the Ducks have not. This one is low, 2-0. The 2-0 here from Rogers. Swan and a slow roll that is short. Lions has it. A throw to first in time is out number 1. The Catalyst will not be able to get it started here. And will still take a walk-off home run. Been a while since Kevin Ahrens has hit one. Jan Santi hit one 2 nights ago. He's on deck. Look at that scoreboard. See if the Blue Crabs held on, and they did. So they're 2 games up on the Barnstormers with 4 to go for that first half Freedom Division title. First pitch is high and inside to Ahrens. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Rogers looks in for the sign. The 1-0 to Ahrens. Big swing and a miss here. And got a piece of the catcher, Pacheco. His home run here by Kevin Ahrens was back on June 12th against Southern Maryland, a 6-2 loss. Correction, even further back, June 8th. This one popped up. Foul territory is the pitcher running after it, but will be the third baseman. It is not Zach Goldstein. That is Giovanni Alfonso down at third.
Yeah, he just subbed in for Angelo Sanko's position. Sanko pinch hit for the 9-hole hitter Goldstein, so taking his spot defensively is Alfonso. And then also Vega pinch ran for Ruben Gotay, the first baseman. Vega is now in left field, and that moves Mark Krause from left field to first.
Once comes Anthony Jan Santi. Anthony due for 1. He is 0 for 4. First pitch, a fastball strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count. Jan Santi has popped out to short, grounded out to the pitcher, fouled out each of the last 2 times up, once to first and once to the catcher. The 0-1, this one is low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike to count. I think everybody got their money's worth today. On the Kevin Baez show alone. The 1-1. This one is a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike. Extra innings, so you got a little bonus today for baseball on a Thirsty Thursday. Opposing 1 manager, 1 player thrown out of this one. Skeeters rally in the bottom of the 9th after being down 2-0 through 8. What else can you ask for? But a win.
You had $2 beers tonight too.
Unfortunately, I did not partake in any of that.
Yeah, that's a bummer for us.
I'll hold the field. I think that shot up after the 7th inning. 2-2 the count here on Jan Santi. Rogers from the stretch. They set up outside, and this one way inside. On the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Remember, Jan Santi's got a ton of speed as well, so if he gets on, he'll probably steal. Travis Scott on deck. Jan Santi with 12 steals this season. Is with the next stolen base will steal their 60th. This one a slow roll at the short, charging in his Lions, fires it on the run, inside. Great play by the former Gold Glove winner here in the Atlantic League, and the Skeeters go 1-2-3. So we will go to an 11th inning with the score tied at 2.
Dustin Richardson will take the mound for the Sugar Land Skeeters, the 6th pitcher of the night for Sugar Land. He comes on for Manny Corpus, who pitched through that 10th inning, left the bases loaded, allowed a hit, a couple of walks, but struck out the side. And so Richardson, the southpaw, comes on. Richardson is 0-4 on the year with a 5.06 ERA in 30 games and 4 saves for the lefty. 21 in the 3rd innings pitched, 14 hits, 13 runs, 18 walks, and 32 strikeouts. Pretty good batting average against as well. League batting just 184 against Richardson.
Number 34, 6'6", 220, the Newton, Kansas native, pitched for these Ducks last year. Last year for Long Island was 1-3 with a 3.50 ERA in 13 appearances. Actually made 4 starts, 25 2/3, struck out 24, walked 7, allowed 31 hits. And Richardson, one of 3 Skeeters now, has a career batting average of 1,000. He had a hit on the last road trip. He had an injury. The DH was abolished. 3 pitchers hit. It was Haley twice. Trey Haley, excuse me. Richardson got himself a base hit. Him, Ben Kozlowski, and Skeeter's bullpen catcher, 1 for 1 in their career. I can't call Jeff Allen the Moonlight Graham of the Skeeters anymore. He's got company. First pitch here to Lou Ford. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. Ford only 1 hit today, but it was his 4th home run of the year. The leadoff home run in the 7th. At the time, it gave the Ducks a 2-0 lead after Lentini had homered the inning before. Skeeters scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th. That's the way it's been since. 1 fouled off, so everything impairs 2 home runs, 2 in the 9th, and 2 Ducks ejected. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for your Skeeters. 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Ducks. Ford came in at 269 now, 4 home runs and 17 RBIs. The 0-2 coming here from the Skeeters southpaw Dustin Richardson. Swung and chopped foul off of 3rd. No balls and 2 strikes to count to number 2-0, Lou Ford. What is going on here? Why did Kevin Aarons come all the way short to help Brian Pounds with a foul ball?
That's interesting.
Richardson wears number 34. The only other player in Skeeters history who wear 34 is Matt Wright, the bobblehead doll last year. The southpaw is ready. They're going to set him inside. The 0-2 to Ford. One swung and fouled deep down the right side. Man, Ford is such a good hitter. Wherever you put it, he's going to find a place and go the other way with it and pull the ball.
He's going to fight too. Fouling off a few pitches here in this at-bat against Richardson.
He'll be 41 on August 12th. Along with teammate Phelan Lentini. Again, the 0-2 here to Ford. This one Swanee hit high in the air down the right field line. Benson has a play, and he'll bring it down for out number 1. That's a big out, getting Ford out. 1 out, none out from Mark Krause. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup. One of the reasons that Richardson is in here. Well, Krause has grounded out twice, once to short, once to second. He has popped out to second and fouled out. They're going to set up outside on the first pitch here, and this one low and in as Richardson misses the target there. 1 ball and no strikes to count. You realize between Ford and Lentini they have over 4,100 career hits. It's not bad.
That's quite the number. How many homers?
Let's see here. Ford has 176. See what Lentini has here. The 1-1 is one inside off the mid. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. .122 for Lentini.
298.
They're 2 home runs away. The 2-1 here from Richardson. Swung and hit towards first. Fair ball. Mascot will grab it, touch first, and there's 2 down. And I had a feeling we were going to get another argument. Looked like it kicked off the bag and went foul, but.
Well, since Lentini has a homer tonight, should be 299, I think.
Actually, it's 300 because Ford has a home run tonight.
There you go. So they made it.
So 2 outs now for Alex Berg, who is 0 for 4. He has struck out twice and flied out twice. 2-2 here in the bottom, excuse me, here in the top of the 11th. Richardson steps off the mound as Prince was repositioning at second. This pitch here is a fastball that just misses a little high and outside. 82 miles an hour there from Richardson. Two runs on 7 hits for the Skeeters, 2 runs on 6 for the Ducks here in the top of the 11th. The 1-0, swung and missed as Richardson throws a 92 mile an hour fastball past Berg. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Giddy up on that last one. Richardson from the stretch. The 1-1 from the southpaw. This one misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. Now he's ready. The 2-1 coming here from the southpaw. They're going to set up outside and low. And this one right on the mitt. Good pitch there by Richardson. Rodriguez didn't even have to move the mitt. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-2 your score here in the top of the 11th. You can head to the bottom of the 11th. It'll be the meat of the order for the Skeeters 4, 5, and 6. Travis Scott, Brian Pounds, and Wilfredo Rodriguez. Richardson's ready. They'll set up outside again here. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Great job by Richardson. A 1-2-3 inning. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Skeeters with another chance. Their 3rd straight opportunity for a walk-off win. We'll see if they can do it when we get back here. All tied at 2.
Bottom of the 11th inning and still tied at 2 as Ducks will go back to their bullpen, and it's a lefty coming out of the Duck Pond. Patrick Kreider will take over, as Kreider appears for the 28th time this season for the Ducks, an 0-3 record, a 2.31 ERA, 23 and a third innings pitched, 14 hits, 6 runs, 14 walks, 27 strikeouts. League batting just 175 against Patrick Kreider, who comes on for Rob Rogers. Another scoreless inning for Rogers. Did not allow a hit, and no walks and no strikeouts in the bottom of the 10th.
Kreider, 29 years old, and another one of these Ducks will be having a birthday in August. He'll be 30 years old on August 22nd. Number 14, 6 foot 180, the southpaw from Owensboro, Kentucky. Has never pitched an affiliated ball, went to Brescia College and John A. Logan College. The last 2 seasons with the Ducks in 2015 and 2016. Third year as a member of the flock. Last year 3-2 with an impressive 167 ERA and 61 appearances. Amazing his ERA was so low because in 43 innings he struck out 38, but he walked 27. Allowed just 21 hits, and he stranded a lot of runners. And just 1 home run he gave up last year. Back in his career, he's only given up 12 long balls. That'll be the cleanup hitter, Travis Scott, to lead it off. A lefty-lefty matchup here. Scott 1 for 4. First pitch to Travis. This one a strike on the inside corner. Scott has single. Flied it to center, fouled out to first and grounded out to second last time up. And blowing in from right center. This is going to take a mammoth shot from Scott to get it out of here. It's tied at 2-2 here in the bottom of the 11th. This one is high, is to catch you up if you should just be joining us. And if you are, where were you? We missed you.
We missed quite a bit.
It was Phelan Lantini for the Ducks, who homered in the 6th, and a leadoff home run by Lee Ford in the 7th. And it looked like the Ducks were on their way to a 2-0 win as they led going into the bottom of the 9th, but the Skeeters rallied for 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. In the meantime, a little arguing. Kevin Byers, the manager for the Ducks, got thrown out here in extra innings, as did the starter for the Ducks, John Brownell. And we're still tied at 2-2 here in the 11th. The 2-1 is a strike on the outside corner. 2-2 the count. Will receive at least 5 pitches here. 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Skeeters. 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Ducks. Kreider had an amazing year for River City Rascals in the Frontier League. Get to that in a moment. This one swung and missed. And let's see if Travis can make it to the first, and he will. All going the Skeeters' way tonight. Swings and misses. Pacheco can't hold on to it. And Scott finds himself at first on the strikeout wild pitch.
Yeah, and I thought that he had foul tipped it, and I think maybe Pacheco thought that he had foul tipped it as well at first.
Scott may have hurt himself running down first as well. And the Skeeters trainer will take a look at him right here. So all the Skeeters need is an injury right now.
I think they are.
Wow, they're going to the bullpen, I think, for a runner.
Well, no, I think maybe Albert Cordero is out there catching some of these relievers, and they have to get him into this game. Or maybe they are going to a pinch runner, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Travis Scott's going to come out of this game. Wow.
That's tough.
So let's see what Gary does here. Really his only available player is Cordero, and it looks like he's going to call in a bullpen pitcher. And nope, they call in Cordero here, so I don't know who's going to catch in that bullpen. Scott's hurt, Rodriguez in the game, and now Cordero is coming into pinch run. I guess they got Jeff Allen, the bullpen captain. I'll have to do. I always want to use a bullpen pitcher. Well, you never know. This game can go into the late hours of the night. Cordero will go in and run it first.
Will also likely stay in for Scott at first base should this go to a 12th inning.
He has played first base this year and does a decent job. Travis Scott is okay. Cordero will go in and run, possibly hit and play the field for Scott as well. Winning run down at first. And do you bunt Brian Pounds here?
I don't think so. The way that Pounds has seen the ball lately against the left-handed pitcher here, he came pretty close to a home run on his double in the bottom of the ninth.
So as a single, he's 2 for 4. I said he was starting to see the ball better. Well, his outs were hard-hitted, folks. Another time before that works out for you. And he is going to bunt here. And he squares, takes the first pitch high, 1-0.
I don't know about this.
An extra frame, you almost have to, but it's got to be a pretty good single to score Cordero. Not that he is super slow for a catcher, a little bit better than average speed. Like Kreider mentioned that 2014 season, he was 7-0 with a 1.43 ERA and wasn't even the closer. The 1-0, Pound swinging away and a hot shot past the third baseman, Alfonso. That ball was hit so hard with Alfonso in for the bunt, went right through him. Should be scored a base hit. So they scored it officially though, and now I think you have to bunt Rodriguez here. As you scouted a hit, Pounds his 3rd hit of the night. We'll see if they will bunt Rodriguez. Rodriguez just hitting a ton right now. You almost have to waste him with a bunt. And Hector Oliveira on deck had an RBI in the 9th to tie the score. That's where we are here, 2-2 in the bottom of the 11th. In at 3rd again is Alfonso in case there is a bunt. And coming in at 1st is Kraus. If Rodriguez squares, he hasn't given it away yet. And he does square. And he bunts this one high, and the catcher, Pacheco, didn't see it, but it was behind him as it bounced at the plate, and then the backspin rolled it towards the screen. No balls and 1 strike here on Rodriguez. No balls and 1 strike here on Wilfredo. A long look in here by Kreider. Now he's ready. Rodriguez not giving away, and now he does very early here. He'll square, and this one is low and away. He takes it for a ball, 1-1. Rodriguez will look down at 30. Gary Gary. He's going to flash a few signs. Gary's been known to take the bunt on and off. Let's see if he lets Rodriguez swing at 1. You almost want to give him 1 more bunt attempt, because if he fails at it, then you let him swing away anyway. 2-2 here in the bottom of the 11th. He was 1st and 2nd. Nobody out trying to win this in walk-off fashion. He is going to swing away, and he hits this one to the right side, foul. Now the bunt off for sure here. And you hope Rodriguez can at least kind of a slow roller to the right side to advance both runners. Is now with 8 hits. Ducks 6, tied at 2-2 here in the bottom of the 11th. Kreider gets the sign from his catcher, Jordan Pacheco. They're going to set up inside. The 1-2. Swung and missed, strike 3. And Rodriguez fails to advance the runners here. However, Hector Oliveira tied this game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Let's see if he can do it again here. This one is a strike at the knees, 0-1. Oliveira with a chance to be a hero here. 2-2, 2 on, 1 out, and 0-1 count hit Oliveira. The 0-1, way outside. Like a curveball that didn't quite break all the way in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Skeeters have the winning run down at second in Travis Scott, excuse me, Albert Cordero now. Cordero had to come all the way out of the bullpen, just a pinch run. The 1-1. Swan, a hit down the right field line. If this falls fair, it's a game over, but it's foul. Good shot by Oliveira, going the other way, and perhaps regaining that famous stroke of his. Now down on the count 1-2, however. Former Cuban star trying to win it here for the Skeeters in the bottom of the 11th. Crider looks in for the side. Big hole on the right side. The 1-2. Swung and hit into left field for a base hit. They're going to wave around Cordero, and it is dropped in left field by Vega. Cordero is going to score, and the Skeeters with a walk-off win here in the bottom of the 11th, win 3-2. What a game, what a comeback by the Skeeters as they win it here in the bottom of the 11th. Take a look at the final numbers here. 3 runs. That is correct. It's been a long night, folks. For the Skeeters, 3 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for Sugarland. 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Ducks. We will take a break. We will come back. We'll give you the highlights, our player of the game, all that and more when we return on the Skeeters post-game show in a moment. Put on an extra minute for this one. It might take Andy a couple extra seconds. I need some time. Were you able to get the last hit? Is it caught up? Awesome. No. So we got 5 highlights, right?